There we go. I think now my mic's working. Always got to be something. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Charge on UCF versus West Virginia live watch along. As always, I'm your host, Sean Green. Let me get our beautiful sponsor before we get started. A quick word from our sponsor, BetOnline. BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting. From the earliest odds to in-game live betting, BetOnline provides you with all the action and the ability to watch the games as they happen. With the largest selection of odds on everything from football, NBA, and college basketball to NHL to UFC and MMA. Head to BetOnline today to get in on the action with America's most trusted site for online wagering. BetOnline, the game starts here. We got Stephen Leonard to join us for the first couple minutes before the game starts. Nick is going to join a little bit later. Let me get this tilted a little bit. Nick's going to join a little bit later, probably like second quarter, around there. But you get Stephen Leonard for 10 minutes. So Stephen, thanks for coming on before the game. Obviously, it's a big game. Obviously, I don't think either team. Did you get the vibe that both teams kind of want to lose this game? Not in terms of the teams, but the fans. It seems like both fans want to lose this game.
Both fan bases have it's time for their head coaches. It feels. I don't know if I'm part of that, but I definitely feel that at least the UCF and West Virginia fan bases as a whole.
Yeah, well, I understand. I mean, West Virginia's 5-5. It could be worse. It could be 4-6 and have to win two games to go to a bowl game. But kind of what's been the sense for you this week? It's felt really weird. I'm going to be honest. I think a lot of people have checked out. I think a lot of people are ready for the season to be over, which I caution because I'm like, you're going to miss it when it's gone. It's like one of those things. But what's kind of your vibe from this game specifically? Obviously, West Virginia had a rough loss last week where they gave up a lot of points at home. But do you think this is a winnable game for both teams?
Yeah, I think both teams are coming into this one being like the other team makes a lot of mistakes. You can beat them. I think that plays against UCF when they're on the road. It's harder to be that beatable team on the road and still come out with a win. Obviously, also Neil Brown, when he's coaching for his job, seems to become Nick Saban. So,
And listen, Neil Brown, we talked about it a little bit. Nobody, all West Virginia fans do not want Neil Brown to still be here in the next coming weeks. And listen, I don't think a lot of UCF fans want Gus Malzahn in the next coming weeks. So I think, again, there's a lot of comparables there. When you look at this game, I think it comes down to a couple things. Which defense is going to show up is going to be probably number one. West Virginia has kind of taken a dip. They allow a lot of points. And by a lot, they allow about 25, 26 a game, which in college football is not great. But they gave up a lot last week to Baylor, which, you can say Baylor's an okay offense. I don't think anybody expects Baylor to be putting up 49 points. We did an episode, Stephen, and I said, listen, West Virginia is no Arizona State in terms of atmosphere. Or maybe I said that wrong. West Virginia's atmosphere is a lot better than Arizona State's. And UCF has proven that they can go on the road and, do some good things. But a West Virginia fan commented and was like, don't expect it to be a good atmosphere. Fans are not going. Everybody wants Neil Brown gone. So I think it does bring up the interesting thought process of next week. And if UCF does somehow win this game, how many fans show up for the Utah game? Now, granted, it's Thanksgiving week and it's Black Friday, and last year wasn't really well attended, but it does make you think I guess, are these programs both at similar spots? We keep talking about it. I feel like both these programs are at a similar crossroads with how they go about their future.
yeah, I mean, I totally agree. Obviously, we talked about them both kind of wanting to move on from their coach. I can't imagine that Utah game. It's about 8 o'clock on a Friday. Students aren't going to be in town.
It's going to be rough.
It's going to be a rough attended game.
What do you see out of Garrett Green this year? Obviously, we saw him last year at UCF. It was so. Got hurt a little bit, banged up at the UCF game last year. Came back in and had a pretty good day. Put up 41 points on the Knights last year. Do you see it more as a run heavy team? Obviously, they have a two-headed snake at running back position. But do you see Garrett Green kind of being able to take advantage of this UCF defense today?
I think Garrett Green's a weapon with his legs.
Hmm.
I think he has that like Nick used the word moxie to describe Dylan Risk, and I think Garrett Green describes like the word moxie. He just he'll stick his nose in there, even if it doesn't. If it's not even going to get him a first down, it's just going to get him an extra yard. He's going for it.
That's what makes me scared, Steven. That's what makes me scared because we've seen this season and in the last couple seasons, UCF with running quarterbacks just does not do a very good job. I think that's what's hurt UCF a lot in the games that they have lost. Is it comes down to 3 or 4 plays, and you look at some of these games like the Iowa State game, and Rocco Becht runs all over them, right? And then you have the Arizona State game, and you just can't get a stop when you desperately need it. And I think with Garrett Green, UCF's been playing a lot of 3 linebacker sets. That's kind of what they've gone to in this back half of the year. I think if you can stop his running ability and make him one-dimensional, I think you have a chance today. But I do think this kind of turns into an offensive shootout. I don't know how many defensive stops we're going to see today. I do think, though, I don't think we're going to throw 4 interceptions or 4 turnovers like we did last year, which, it was 41-28, I think, or 41-26 last year, if I'm...
It was something like that.
Yeah. So if UCF, if their defense stinks today, you can at least hope that their offense will be on it. Before we let you go, because this Harvard Yale game is just ticking here. What's your score prediction? I said 31-28 UCF, and I don't love it. What's kind of your thought on this game?
34-31 West Virginia.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, listen, I said I wanted to pick West Virginia, but it's like, I don't know.
Positivity, Steven, coming out, though. RJ Harvey breaks the touchdown record for UCF.
Well, how many is he away? He's like 3, right?
He's 2 away from tying
Oh, okay.
the total touchdowns.
I think that's a safe bet. That's a safe bet. I don't blame you there. All right, Steven, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you go to work. Thank you for stopping by and helping me out for the first 10 minutes of the stream. I greatly appreciate it. And we'll talk after the game.
All right.
Thanks, buddy.
See you.
Now this is the fun part. Okay, he's gone. I think I just did that perfectly. Guys. Let me know if that... I'm going to look in the video because you guys are a couple seconds behind. But I'm going to see if that changed. Oh, it did. Look at me. All right, guys. Drop your comments. Unless I've just not been seeing your comments. Drop your comments below. I appreciate anybody that is tuning in. Let me lower this. I appreciate everybody tuning in to the stream. Like I said, it's going to be me for about the first quarter, and then we're going to get Nick on here for the rest of the game. So, unfortunately, you got me for about an hour. But drop your comments, drop your score predictions. Let me know what you guys are thinking. It's a big game. It's a big game in terms of bowl game eligibility. And a big game can mean 2 things. It can be positive or negative, right? I think there's a lot of things up in the air right now that, we're going to find out in the next coming weeks. There we go. Love the comments coming in. I'll get to all of them. Start dropping them because, like I said, if I don't have Nick, I'm going to need to talk to y'all. This Harvard Yale game has got 18 seconds left, but listen, I think we all know that there's the rumors surrounding Gus and what's going on with that and how that's going to kind of start rearing its head regardless. I think it starts with a game like today. You're going to, hopefully see some improvements out of Dylan Risk. I think you're going to start seeing kind of how this team is going to take shape. I think you see a little bit more young guys in there. I think that's just how it goes. But I think you want to see UCF go to a bowl game here, right? I think regardless, I think you want to see UCF get to 6-6 somehow and make it to a bowl game. You have West Virginia fans that want to lose the rest of the way so that Neil Brown will get fired. And I understand where fans can somehow come from that and want that to be the case. But for me, watching these games, you want to see the improvement, you want to see the wins. So I want to see a win today. I think we all want to see a win today. And I appreciate that you are all here as always, because this season's been great. This is our last live watch along of the season. And I appreciate you all coming in here. Let's read your comments. Jordan Foster said no audio and noise. We got the audio working. So I appreciate you in here. Tyler Birdie, any big roster updates, injuries, rookies, etc.? Not right now. It's gotten to that point of the year where there's not many updates. I think you're going to see the same guys out there. I don't think any guys are injured that we've been seeing for the last couple weeks. So I think that's the positive, is you're seeing those same. You're going to be seeing the same guys. Matt Dolan, charge on. Matt, thank you so much for coming in here. I greatly appreciate it. Mark Thomas, good luck Knights, but let's go Mountaineers. Listen, you're probably the first West Virginia fan this week that has said, let's go Mountaineers. I feel like every single West Virginia fan wants West Virginia to lose today. So, hey, listen, I'm happy you're here, Mark. Thank you for coming in. Orion the Scholar, UCF by 3. That's what I have. I have UCF 31, West Virginia 28. But I also said if you guys checked into Charge On, I said that I feel like it can go either way. I feel like it could be West Virginia wins by 3, UCF wins by 3, West Virginia wins by 10, UCF wins by 10. I think it's going to come down to who can make the stops on the defensive end, who can get the turnover. Because West Virginia's defense is not great, but you can make the argument UCF's defense is not great. So I think it's going to come down to basically who has the turnover. And I'm assuming that it might be West Virginia and that UCF will win. Tyler Birdie, what are the rumors on Gus? Is he heading out the door? So, and then Orient Scholar says there's rumors of Gus retiring, but everything is up in the air. So I know things, I know a thing or two. We said it on our bye week episode that everything is, I don't think everything's fluid. We keep saying the word fluid. I think everything is fluid right now. There's been a lot of talk about him potentially retiring. There's been a lot of talk about him returning. I think the Javon Boggs recommitment makes things a little bit more interesting. That kind of makes me think he might be staying. But at the end of the day, we have no idea. We have absolutely no idea. I've heard a lot of different things from very reputable people. So it's really going to come down, and that's why I said, all we can do is watch these 2 weeks and see what happens. Watch the 2 weeks of the season, see if they can get to a bowl game, and then go from there. If I had to guess, though, a week ago I would have told you Gus is gone. Now, after the Javon Boggs thing, it's either A, they paid him more money, or B, Gus kind of stepped in. So, I don't know. Symphorian Knight, I'm not feeling comfortable with this game. Gus is terrible after a bye week. Feels more of the same. I agree. And we talked about that. We said, for how good Gus has been after bye weeks for his career at UCF, he has not been. At UCF, he's been very poor in bye weeks. So that is something to watch. I don't know if, but you can they haven't been good at bye weeks winning games. But what you can say is they have been good performing well. Like Iowa State, Oklahoma, these games that they've come out of bye weeks, they've played well. And we're getting kicked off right now. And it is cold there. So that is going to be a little different for us. The only fear is, if you guys remember the Military Bowl from a couple of years back, we played Duke. And that wasn't good, and that was in cold weather. Gorilla Guru, if UCF wins today, what do you think the chances are they beat Utah? I'm more nervous about this game than Utah. I think Utah's got a really good defense, but I think their offense is probably the worst in the Big 12. So I think if UCF can somehow win this game, then I think their chances of beating Utah are high. But we'll see. Or in the sky, I think we beat Utah, especially if we win today. Oh, and UCF starts on offense, and he throws it to Trent Whittemore, and it is wide left. So not a good first throw for Dylan Riss there. It's going to be 2nd and 10. They're showing Dylan Riss stats here: 523 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception in 2 games. He's been a bright spot in these last 2. And he's technically 2-1 because he came in one of the games, but let's see. 2nd and 10. Or no, 1 and 2. I'm wrong. They gave it to RJ Harvey, and RJ picks up only about 2 yards, so it's going to be a 3rd down and long early. Not a great start in terms of the offense. Gus looks like Auburn Gus, I'm going to say today, though. He's wearing the sweater vest with the long sleeve, compression shirt. So he definitely looks like Auburn Gus today. 3rd and 8. Hopefully UCF can. We love the uniforms today. We love the helmets. The helmets are fire. 3rd and 8. RJ Harvey picks up a blocker off the right. Dylan Risk throws a ball to Jacoby Jones that was overthrown, but it looked like Jacoby Jones got stopped by the corner. So it's going to be a quick 3 and out for UCF on offense, and they're going to punt. And Gus is reaming into Dylan Risk. Reaming into Dylan. Hardcore. See, stuff like that, it doesn't give me the vibe that Gus wants to retire. Like, Gus is still in it every single week. Mitch McCarthy punts, and guy's going to fair catch it at the 32-yard line. So, quick 3 and out for UCF, and West Virginia will start on offense. So, good for West Virginia. They came in. They started. They went quick on defense and got UCF to make a bunch of errors. So not great. Not a great start. They're showing Garrett Green stats right now. Kevin Suarez, helmets go crazy. They really do. The helmets are sick. People were complaining a lot about the uniform combos early in the year. It's gotten a lot better. So I love the helmet combo for this game. 1st and 10. And it looks like Garrett Green kind of fumbles the snap a little bit. Doesn't matter. He only lost 1. Credit to Nigel Kelly for grabbing him behind the line. I'm telling you, this game, I don't think we talked about the cold element. It's going to be 2nd and 11. We did not talk about the cold element at all this game. It's already looked like it's reared its ugly head for some of this stuff. And good run defense, but Nigel Kelly pushes C.J. Donaldson forward for about 4 or 5, so it's going to be 3rd down and I think 6 or 7, if I'm correct. But it's ESPNU, so it always takes them a little bit to get it up. 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6. Nigel Kelly with 2 early tackles here. Donaldson gets sent in motion. He's back behind the line. Garrett Green's looking to throw. Nope, he's going to run the football, and UCF just doesn't stop him. He gets a 1st down. Terrible defense there. Literally just ran right through. Nobody stopped him. Ran right through the middle. And that's kind of what we were talking about. UCF is really bad, and they have not been good at the quarterback contain and making sure that they are... Why would it be on UCF? Yeah, why would it be on UCF? They backed up. Somebody jumped, but they're calling it on UCF. They're calling it offside on UCF, but I don't understand that call. It looked like every single lineman moved back. So I don't get that call. But UCF gets, after giving up the 1st down, they get the offside penalty on Lee Hunter to make it 1st and 5. 24 gets sent a little in motion. Garrett Green hands it off for another first down, and a lot more. About 15 yards there. West Virginia is moving. Not great. Not a great start for UCF here. And it looks like they're only going 2 linebackers here, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong there. And Mac McWilliams comes in for a good tackle for a loss of a yard. So it'll be 2nd and 11 for West Virginia here. Gotta love this start. Gotta love this start. What's the final alert? Florida ended up beating Ole Miss. Yep, see Deer. Look at Deer. Florida won. Yep. Good for them, man. They've ended up showing that they're a much better team than anybody thought. They're playing Deshaun Pace in more of a safe, like he's kind of a safety, but they're kind of. Oh, there we go. All right. They tried to run the quarterback run game there. Dalen Dotson watched it, knew it was coming, and made another tackle for loss. So it's going to be 3rd and 12 for West Virginia on offense here. But that was perfect. Like Garrett Green faked it, then tried to run. Dalen Dotson had his eyes on the quarterback and stayed where he's supposed to be. Dalen Dotson is a hell of a player. I mean, I wish he started from day one because I think he would have helped. He would have helped out a lot. But instead of keeping him on the edge, they moved him inside now, and they put Nigel Leak and X-Ray on the edge. It looks like they're going to blitz. Yeah, they blitzed, and it didn't even matter. C.J. Donaldson just runs to the right and gets all the way down to the 1. Showed a blitz. Didn't matter. On 3rd and 12, West Virginia said, we're going to run it. They're doing exactly what they did last year. And, yeah, just ran it right down to the 1. And it's probably going to be a touchdown. Yep, C.J. Donaldson runs in for the touchdown. Awful. Awful. Let's update the score. I'm going to leave Nick's handle up on this next one that I'm dropping because I just don't feel like taking it off. Great start, guys. All right. All right. Drop your comments down below after that awful first defensive and offensive drive. I should probably get the stats up too. We're going to get blown out calling it now. Yeah, probably. I mean, that was as bad of a start as you could, going 3 and out on offense, and then on defense, giving up first down after first down, not through the air, on the ground, on a 3rd and 12, giving up a 20-yard run. Let me get the stats up really quick, guys. Drop your comments. So bad. So bad. Let's see. One second, guys. I like to get the stats up, the official stats, to kind of see some of the yardage. All right. Because I want to see what that run before the touchdown was. Oh, never mind. So it was a gain of 31 yards. So on a 3rd and 12, Donaldson ran at 31 yards to UCF's 1. I mean, they ran it for 63 yards on that drive. Ain't it fun, guys? Ain't it fun? Defalk, maybe I'm crazy, but does it just feel like the guys aren't engaged? Maybe I'm projecting, but it sure looks like that way to me. I mean, I don't know. It's early. It's early. I have no idea. It could also just be they do look slow, but I think that's also having to do with the weather. I don't know. I guess we'll find out really quick. We'll find out. Zachary, don't feel bad, buddy. At least your future is bright. You guys got a good coach. I don't know if I feel like I've seen you, Zachary. I can't tell. That comment can mean a couple things. It could be sarcastic, because I think you're a UCF fan, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure you're a UCF fan. No, that's as bad of a start as you can have. I mean, that's just awful. That looked like that was the epitome of UCF's defense last year. Defalk, that Gus explosion on Dylan's drive one tells us all we need to know about the future. LOL. Yeah, that's why I said it. The explosion, it doesn't. And again, he's a coach. At the end of the day, he's gonna still coach even if he's retiring, right, or wanting to leave. But oh, they're showing the coordinator turnover right now. That's hilarious, actually. Let's see. Tim Harris after loss. Okay. No, but yeah, like at the end of the day, he's still gonna want to win games. But I think that definitely, he's still got the fire there, which tells you a lot. Dear, some of our players had their shirts off before the game. LOL. Yeah, sometimes players do that. A lot of players like to, even in cold weather, they warm up without a shirt on or something just to get acclimated. Zachary, no truth. I'm West Virginia. We have a lame duck coach. No future right now. Zachary, again, I think a lot of I think UCF fans feel like UCF and West Virginia fans feel like they're in the same spot. I mean, I think if you're a UCF fan, they would probably say like West Virginia is 4-3 in the Big 12. UCF's 2-5. So even though you're 5, RJ Harvey breaks a big run. He's going to the 50, to the 47-yard line on West Virginia. RJ Harvey breaks a big run, gashes the West Virginia defensive line, gets into the second level, and gets a huge first down for UCF. RJ Harvey's just insane. I'm sorry, he's just insane. But no, Zachary, I think that a lot of UCF fans would probably feel the exact same way you feel about Gus, or about your coach. So, first down run for RJ Harvey only gets about 1 or 2 there, so it's going to be about 2nd and 8. Artax, I bet Fox regrets putting the UCF Utah game in prime time. Yeah, but I don't know who else is playing, to be honest. I don't know who else would be playing, who's playing on Black Friday. So I don't know. I don't think it's as crazy. Good fake by Dylan Risk, throws it to Randy Pittman. Good blocking by Trent Whittemore. Gets the first down for UCF. Good play design there. Good throw by Dylan. Good blocking by Trent. And good run by Randy Pittman. Dear RJ, best running back. I mean, he really is. Dylan pulls it, gets the run, and gets about 10 or 11 yards, and Dylan is down. I think Dylan's going to come out of the game. Yeah, maybe not. The ref, Dylan pulled down his face mask. Oh yeah, I think the ref's gonna go get him checked for a concussion. Maybe they're showing a slow mo now, but maybe not. Huh? Okay. Sorry, guys. Dylan Risk got hit hard with the helmet to helmet. Was on the floor, grabbed his face mask, pulled it down while he was on the floor, right in front of the refs. They're handing it to Miles Montgomery. Miles gets about 4 or 5 there, and they're going to speed it up. We'll talk about this in a second. But Dylan's in the game, so I thought the refs were going to have to pull him and just get him checked, but looks like they're keeping him in the game and not taking him out right now. So 2nd and 6 after a decent run by Miles Montgomery. I'll read some of your guys' comments here in a second. 2nd and 6. Dylan hikes the ball and fumbles. And West Virginia is on it. So Dylan Risk fumbles the ball. Ooh, it's going to be a long game, guys. Oof. Let's watch this. So Dylan fakes the handoff to Miles, and when he pulled it, ball just slipped right out of his hands. So that's where the cold weather's coming in. So there's the turnover. So remember, I talked about the turnover game, and I said whoever gets the turnover, I think wins this game due to how good both offenses can be. UCF turns the ball over there, so I'm switching my pick. All right, let's read some of your comments. Default, by the way, Gus gets mad at Dylan about a play. Gus holding a play sheet and yelling at Dylan for his decision. We sure Harris calling today. I think he is. I'm pretty sure Harris is calling the plays. Maybe I'm wrong though. Maybe Gus is calling the plays. No idea. Deer, if Gus is if Gus is calling, we lose. I mean, it's going great. Joe P, what's crazy is that if we lose, we would have been favored in 5 or 6 of the 7 losses. Well, I mean, to be fair, if you look at Gus's record over the last 2 years, 2 or 3 years, or just in his time here, he's lost a lot of games as a favorite. So that's been a ongoing issue. I don't know why. Here's the issue, though, also. I don't know why Vegas keeps picking us as a favorite. Like, what have we shown that what made Vegas think UCF is 3-point favorites today? On the road against a 5-5 West Virginia team. I don't get it. I don't get it. We beat Arizona and TCU. Those are our 2 Big 12 wins. I don't know. Dyer, if Dylan is out, we are cooked. No, he's in. I think he's good. And he fumbled. So, not going great here. Tyler, these face masks are atrocious. I don't think so. I like the face masks. I think the face masks are sick. That might be the only good thing about today right now. Dyer, could EJ be the backup? No, it's Jakari. Jakari would come in for any point. They're not trying to burn EJ's red shirt. Honick, unbelievable. Kevin, oh no. Tyler Bird just sends a bunch of emojis. Matt, how many days until the start of the 2026 season? I haven't checked, but it's a lot. Kevin, another long game. Welcome to the continuation of the 2024 season. Spare Room Films, well, that sucks. And just like that, we are back. Yeah, it sucks. This sucks, but it's a long game, and you're here. Listen, this is the last one we're going to have of these. C.J. Johnson runs the ball, can't tackle, only picks up about 2 yards there, so good gain tackling by UCF. Here's the thing. It's the last Charge On Live watch-along of the season. Now, we might be doing these for basketball, depending on certain games and stuff like that. And West Virginia goes quick, and again, they just start gashing UCF in the run game. That's a first down after a gain of about 15 yards. I think I said this on Charge On. I said Neil Brown is going to do what he just did against UCF last year and hope that it sticks and works. And so far, it's proven to be right. You put a Florida team in cold weather and ground and pound it. So far, it's working very well. It's only been about 9 minutes. 1st and 10 on West Virginia's 48-yard line. Again, they're putting Ethan Barr on the left side to try and stop the run. And the blocking's good there. Garrett Green gets out of the pocket, gets hit, and luckily gets thrown to the ground. Good hit by UCF. Garrett Green's pass is incomplete. But it's the last live watch-along of the year. So we want to enjoy it regardless of the game. Like I said, we might be doing it for basketball, but for football, this is the last one. So let's enjoy it regardless. And again, we hate it now, but you're going to miss UCF football here in about a month or 2. So even in the losses, try and enjoy it. 2nd and 10. One gets sent out to the left back in, and Garrett Green keeps it, and he picks up about 6 there. So it's going to be 3rd and 4. Now, UCF today has not been good on 3rd down. That has not been their strong suit, the entire season, but uh, specifically this. All right, 3rd and 4. Hey, good for Florida State. They're beating up on Charleston Southern. That's good for them. 3rd and 4. Tight ends are sent to block a little extra. So it's either going to be a quarterback design run or, jet sweep, which they ran. And they just barely pick it up, but they get it. So going to be another 1st down for West Virginia. Default, EJ can't burn redshirt anymore. Has 2 games more and 2 available. But I still don't think they're going to put him in. I think after that, I think how they handled the situation at the start, with starting him and then benching him, I think there was some form of a conversation of like, hey, like, there's no point in putting me in right now. Dyer, it's going to be a long postseason if we lose this. I think it was going to be a long postseason anyway. I don't think this game changes anything. Garrett Green fumbles the ball, runs the complete opposite end of the field, and he still somehow picks up 5 yards. Like, it's just insane. Fumbles the ball, runs to the one end of the field, gets stopped. UCF runs to the opposite end, can't catch him, and he picks up 5 yards on him. This looks like the UCF run defense from last year, and I'm not exaggerating. And that's probably what they're just going to keep doing. Again, get stuffed. This run defense is awful. Like, this is just, you can't, this is the unwatchable stuff we were watching last year. Garrett Green has no running lane. He stopped everywhere. 2nd and 5. He has nowhere to go, and then somehow breaks out of the pocket and picks up a 1st down. But I think it might be coming back. I think it might be a face mask on Garrett Green. I thought it was good, but they usually never call it. So, Lord, let's see with the flag. I think it's going to be face mask on Garrett Green. I don't even know what they're calling. I have no idea what that call is. Can somebody please put it in the comments? I have no idea what's going on. Well, it was definitely a face mask, but I don't know what this motion was. I don't know what that 3rd and 1. I don't know how it's a 3rd and 1. Somebody needs to explain what they just said, because I don't know how it's a 3rd and 1. Yeah, now they're reviewing it. I genuinely don't know what is going on, but this is weird. Defalk at Dyer. Nah, fans will love the new coach. Sean is not supporting this comment or speculation. I'm not saying anything about any speculation with the coach. Sean for head coach. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. I'll take an assistant gig. I'll be the kicking assistant coach. Joe P, I forgot this is the last live stream of the season. Okay, I'm staying positive. Enjoy. Joe, it's not the last live stream. It's the last watch along. We've got next week, we've got the Charge On pregame live show, and then the postgame live show for Utah. So those will be the two live streams. And we want to, like I said, we're going to try and do some for basketball. I know it's not the same, but we want to continue doing, live streams, because I think we enjoy them. I think you guys enjoy watching them. And during the offseason, we post about 4 times a month. We want to kind of up that a little bit. So we'll see how it goes. But last live watch along, not the last live stream. Matt Dolan. 644 days until August 29th, 2026. So cut that in half and you get 2025 season. So at least we get the 2025 season. Dyer, thoughts on ACC teams potentially coming to the Big 12? I feel like that's died down a lot. If it's going to happen, we'll hear a lot more about it this offseason. But I feel like that has died down a lot recently. Mackey 315 can't get off the field on 3rd down. Nope, that's been the issue all season, but that is specifically the issue today as well. Defalk, I agree he won't play. No, yeah, he won't. Kevin Suarez, Sean, would you consider doing live watch-alongs of the basketball season, like big games? I'm almost definitely tuning in. Yeah, like I said, I think if it's a big game, and it also depends on how UCF is doing. in the basketball sphere if they, start sucking in the Big 12. I just don't think. I think UCF fans, and I'm not calling UCF fans out. I think football it's a little different. Even if UCF sucks, people still tune in a little bit. I think basketball, if they start blowing, I think nobody would watch. So I think if UCF basketball continues to, I mean, they had a terrible loss to Wisconsin yesterday, but I think if they keep this kind of pace up, then yeah, we'll definitely do some live watch-alongs for sure. Ori and the Scholar, welcome back to the Addison Williams run defense. Am I wrong? It literally looks like last year's run defense all of a sudden. And then a bunch of you guys said sideline warning on West Virginia. They're reviewing spot and that's crazy. When do you see a sideline warning called? I figured it was a sideline warning, but when do you see that called? That's something. But they gave him the first down anyway, so the sideline warning happened after the first down, I guess. So whatever. Fun. First down and 10. Fakes the handoff. It's going to be a throw for Garrett Green. Malachi can't get to him. Garrett Green's going to throw it out of bounds. They were chasing for him. BJ Adams is not happy. I don't think any of the guys are happy right now. So far, this is the worst I've seen UCF look in a bit. They're letting West Virginia kind of do whatever they want. Garrett Green is getting out of basically everything and being able to make plays with his legs, which we knew. I don't love the set that UCF is in defensively right now. And again, they're running Garrett Green. Nope, they hand it off to Jaheim Bell, and he gets 8 or 9 there. So it's going to be about 3rd down and 2. This one's going to be a long game, folks. This is going to be a long game because we are not, and he had a guy wide open. Garrett Green on the last play, the play before last play, he had a guy wide open for a touchdown. UCF had a blown coverage. So luckily he didn't spot it quick enough because that would have been bad. 3rd and 2. Can UCF get off the field on 3rd down? Probably not. But we'll see. And they don't. CJ Donaldson breaks a tackle, gets the first down. You're probably going to hear me say that a lot today. So let me text Nick. And then when Nick comes on, I'm going to have to do a bunch of different stuff to make this look good. Default, you have to do basketball, but if you're required to update the scoreboard like you do for football, LOL. No, third party. Yeah, we're going to have to do the third party. I'm going to have to figure that one out. Probably get it off the internet and pop it down below. Because, yeah, no chance I'm doing that. And UCF jumps off sides. I don't know if they're going to call it. And they call it. Yeah, so UCF jumps off sides. That's the only chance that they can get a stop right now. And it's going to be 1st and 5 for West Virginia. Default sideline warning isn't really a flag. It's basically a warning saying if you do it again, it's 15-yard penalty. Dyer, there was a sideline warning called in the Ole Miss Florida game. That's not a usual call that they get. Zachary, he's not tall enough to see over the line like 5'9". Real life Nico should be starting. Yeah, I know a lot of people want Nico starting for you guys. And he played good when he got his opportunities, but Garrett Green, he just makes plays with his legs that it makes him dangerous. It does make him dangerous. 1st and 5. The motions are killing UCF right now. They don't know which way is which, and CJ Donaldson is just running all over this UCF front line. I mean, he's just breaking. He looks unstoppable right now. Kansas up 7 on Colorado. Ooh, that's interesting. We'll see if that sticks. West Virginia gives it to CJ Donaldson again, and he only picks up about 1 there. Good gang tackling there. And it looks like CJ Donaldson is on the ground, which is not good for West Virginia. Teammate tried to help him up. He's staying on the ground. Probably going to go to an injury timeout here. Not good for West Virginia. I think that's CJ Donaldson. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's him. And he's been lighting up UCF today so far, so not great. You never want to see that. Yep, it is CJ Donaldson. Honick tackling continues to be atrocious. Telling you, just nothing good. It's nothing good. That's why we're just enjoying everybody's company. We're enjoying each other's company. We're having a good time. That's all we can ask for right now. Also, if Boise State gets the 4th spot, I'm sorry, but that's just ridiculous. If Boise State gets the 4th spot and BYU gets the 12, I'm sorry. That's just can't happen. But also, like, this, it's become, I think the whole college football playoff bracket with the 12 teams, I think everybody loved it, and now it's like we get all the way to the end of the year, and now everybody's complaining. Because, yes, like, obviously the SEC and Big Ten teams are the better teams. But now it's like everybody basically just wants it to be that. So it's like, if you just want that, then do that. Like, you're probably going to do that anyway. But it's ridiculous that you're just now excluding the Big 12 and ACC as basically lesser than, and basically saying, oh, well, this team should be in because like Nick Saban said, oh, well, if we would have played TCU, we would have been favored by 14 in that, 1 year. And it's like, really? Like, come on. Like, yeah, sure, but they still won a playoff game. You're acting like this is a new thing. But, all right, 2nd and goal. And they're going power formation here. And it's going to be a fake and a dropped touchdown by 81. Again, UCF, terrible defense. They get bailed out by a dropped pass. Nobody was on the tight end there. UCF expected run. And 81 for West Virginia just dropped the ball. Great play call. Not great execution. All right, 3rd and goal. Can UCF somehow hold them to a field goal here? My stream just jumped. Oh, now it's being glitchy. 3rd and goal. They run with Jaheim Bell, and Jaheim Bell gets a touchdown. UCF down 14-0. And my stream is, or not my stream, my YouTube TV is being very glitchy right now, which is not great. So UCF goes down 14-0 early in the first quarter. Not early in the first quarter, but you know what I mean. Oh, I didn't expect it to be a blowout. So far, not very fun. But I think the weather, I'm not going to blame it on the weather, but I think one team is clearly playing better in the elements than the other. And again, it makes sense. Oh, did I say Jaheim Bell, Garrett? I'm sorry. I said Jaheim White earlier. My bad. Why am I thinking of Jaheim Bell? Who does Jaheim Bell play for? Somebody let me know. It is Jaheim White. You are right. Mackey, game over. Kevin Torres Saban literally cried about how kids are making money and the playing field got even. He dipped. He's the Gopa man. Yeah, he does yap a lot. He does. What is he? Nick just texted me and he said, it's bad from what I see with the score. I'm going to be like, yeah, not great. Not great. Yeah, Jaheim White. The only defense we have is gravity. Listen, we have gravity. This is my time to plug the new Wicked movie. It's 14-0. What else are we going to do? Definitely go see Wicked. I've seen it twice now. It's incredible. I get some people that are not... There we go, Dyer. I'm a Patriots fan. That's for Jaheim Bell. Good looks. Yeah, I'm a Patriots fan, so I'm like, I know a Jaheim Bell. Yeah, Florida State guy. Or right, Florida State? I can't remember. Don't quote me. I think it's Florida State. But no, everybody should go see Wicked. Really good movie. I know if you're not into musicals, I still think you'll enjoy it. So you can go see Defying Gravity, which, great song, better than the gravity that is on this field right now for UCF. See what I did there? Probably not the best. That was kind of cringe. 1st and 10 for UCF. Down 14-0. Dylan Risk hands it off to RJ Harvey, and RJ Harvey only picks up 1. So this is the big difference. West Virginia has been able to run the football. RJ Harvey's broken 1 big tackle, or 1 big run, and then everything else. And it looks like Tim Harris calling plays. He's got the play sheet. Everything else has been basically nothing. And that's kind of the offensive line's not creating any holes for him. So 2nd and 9. Hands it off. I think that's Johnny Richardson. And Johnny picks up about 2 or 3. So, 2. So it's going to be 3rd and 7. This is not great. Not great so far. 3rd and 7. Oh, you got KJ doing signals on the sideline. I don't know if I've seen that. So that's cool. Even though he's not playing. All right. 3rd and 7. Randy Pittman gets sent in motion. And Dylan steps up in the pocket, throws it to Jacoby Jones. Hell of a catch. It was an okay ball, but a much better catch there. They're speeding it up here. That was it. Okay, that was a good throw. I had to see it again. And they hand it off to RJ Harvey, and he gets, and just gets thrown to the ground, and the refs don't throw anything. That's insane. Lathan throws RJ Harvey to the ground way after the whistle, and the refs just say, nope, we're not throwing the flag there. We're just gonna let you get thrown to the ground. Like, that's insane. I'm sorry. Let's read. Act for UCF. We have historically sucked in cold weather. I was surprised at all the talking heads downplaying it this week. Run defense is horrible. Yeah, no, we haven't. We have not played good in cold weather at all. Like, usually ever. So, I think in terms of team by team, very similar in terms of talent. But, yeah, this looks like UCF from last year. Like, straight up. Especially the defense. Like, if you look at it, the pass defense has been good, but it could have been worse if Garrett Green just made better throws sometimes. He did have the touchdown that got dropped, but and teams just run all over UCF. I told you, and I said it in the pregame. I said it on our pregame pod. I said, I guarantee you West Virginia is just going to do what they did last year, at least early, to see if it still works. They run the football a lot. They want to run the football. And I said that's probably what they're going to do, and look what they're doing. They're doing exactly what I thought they'd do. Defalk, it's so sad that this game isn't even making me upset. That is the point we're at with the program. It doesn't even get a reaction from me. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I mean, you would think that a game that you need to go to a bowl game would garner more reaction from more fans. But I think fans are just tired. I think they're tired. Like, it's been a long season. And I think when they've lost the way that they've lost and they've played the way that they've played, fans at some point just give up. And listen, we're still watching. But when your team stinks, it's like, listen, this is the perfect example. The Patriots for me this season, they stink. But I still watch. But I have no emotional reaction to it because it's like, what else am I going to do? It's not like I'm, we're trying to win. And I know we're trying to win this, but it's at the same time, they just are not good. Dyer, rest in peace, FCS school that is against FSU. Yeah, they got killed. And I feel bad for them. But good for FSU. They needed it. They hadn't won a game in a long time. Nick, great catch. Yeah, that was a good catch by Jacoby Jones there. Kansas up 10 on Colorado. Dyer is going to be our resident college football watcher. Yeah, if Colorado loses to Kansas, the Big 12 is screwed. Gabriel, think there will be any movement, talk of making a head coach change with the loss today? Gabriel, there already is talk. I'm not going to, again, I'm in a very interesting. I've been doing this. This is our second year, third season. I'm in an interesting position. I get to know stuff. I love knowing stuff. I don't spill what I know. All I know is that everything is fluid, and it would not shock me if it went either way. If Gus was here or if he left, I think everything's fluid right now. Even if they make a bowl game, I still think everything would be fluid. So there's definitely movement on both ways. And they're interviewing Gus. Jeez. Why are you interviewing Gus being down 14-0? Is it raining or snowing? I don't know. His headset's wet. All right. 2nd and 10. Back on offense, Dylan Rest pulls it, and first option is not there. He was going to throw it to Randy Pittman, and he just throws it out of bounds. So West Virginia read it well. They knew where UCF was going, and UCF has to throw it out of bounds. So, let's see. Spare room. These last 2 games would be a great opportunity for Riss to solidify QB1 status going into next season. Yeah, I talked about it. I said I'm not ready to give him that yet. He's got to show a lot these next 2, and so far he's not had a good start to this game, but these next 2 games are crucial. 3rd and 10. Dylan Riss drops back. RJ picks off the blocker on the left side, and it's going to be an incomplete pass to Kobe Hudson. I think Kobe got grabbed, but refs don't throw a flag, so it's going to be another punt. Yeah, that's a flag. I'm sorry. He's grabbing him the entire time he made his move. Like that's a penalty. But they didn't call it, so it's gonna be another punt for UCF. In terms of risk, like these next 2 games are crucial, just to see if he is going to be the guy. I still think even if he played extremely well in these next 2, there would still be a competition. I don't think when you're, if you end 4-8, I don't think anybody goes in the next season with a quarterback job solidified, right? But with Dylan, I think he's shown some good things. He's shown some bad things. So, I don't think there's any chance, unless he just starts lighting it up, that he just goes in solidified quarterback 1. I think I'd say this. I'd be more shocked if he was quarterback 1, or how do I say this? I don't think he'd enter the portal. I don't think he's going to enter the portal at all, but I think that it wouldn't shock me either. Depending on the coaching staff and depending on what, the coaches say to him, depending on how he plays. Because if they don't view him as quarterback 1 next year after these next 2, and they tell him that, I would say he'd probably leave. But I have no insider information on that. 2nd and 10 for West Virginia after a no-gain run. And they, again, run defense comes in clutch there. Only allows 1 yard or no gain there. Again, if West Virginia is actually doing a really good job blocking up front. UCF played it better that time, but West Virginia's run gaps have been pretty solid today. All right, 3rd down. Another 3rd down for UCF to try and stop. Garrett Green, no running back behind him. Garrett Green switches the play up at the line. 3rd and 9 now. They're bringing Jaheim White. Not Jaheim Bell. Jaheim White. Next to Garrett. He goes in motion. Garrett Green, the ball, I think it gets fumbled. And UCF gets a stop. I don't know where they're placing the ball. It looked like it was a fumble. Malachi Lawrence got the ball from behind. It looks like Jaheim White picked it up. Hell of a play by Malachi there. Got just around the right tackle. Knocked the ball out. And it looks like Malachi hurt himself, I think. It looks like he hurt his shoulder or something. But it's going to be a punt. Couldn't get the rock there, but it's going to be a punt. First one of the day, and first 3rd down stop of the day for UCF. Almost blocked there. And it's a pretty good punt there. I don't know who's Mac McWilliams fair caught it. And UCF's going to get the ball on the 40 after a really good punt from Straw. All right, Orient. If we won Arizona State, we wouldn't have to worry about this. If you would have won Iowa State, you wouldn't have to worry about this. If you would have won Cincinnati, you wouldn't have to worry about this. There's a lot of games that you can go back to and say UCF should have won that game. But it doesn't matter. This is the team that you got. This is the team, and this is how they played. So you could have done the same thing last season, too. I mean, you could have done the exact same thing. Oh, Oklahoma, you had the lead for most of the game, gave it up. Baylor, you had no business losing that game. So you do that every year. Mackey, quit the new coach stuff, not happening. I don't know how to respond to that. Mackey, I know you're a fan. I know you. I always see you in here. There is a chance that we do get a new coach. I'm from what I've heard, there is as of right now, I think it's a 50-50% chance. 50% chance Gus stays, 50% chance he leaves. I know we talked about the buyout. I think that would be worked on. I don't think UCF would end up paying the entire buyout. But everything I'm going to say it for the millionth time. Everything is fluid right now. Everything is fluid. Gabriel at Mackey, a boy can dream. It might not be a dream. I'm just saying we'll see. Default, my dad said to me this years ago, as he is a Dolphin fan, it's like watching a rerun. You have nothing else to do, so you watch it, but you aren't really going to react to it. It works perfectly here. I'll say it if Sean won't, LOL, and you can quote me, haha, love Sean. Gus is gone regardless of the results to end this year. I ain't saying anything. You can read what Default put. I'm not saying nothing. It is kind of like watching this season has been a rerun. It has. Like, it's been the exact same season as last year. So that actually is a really good analogy. I'm going to use that from now on. But, yeah, in terms of Gus, I'm not going to say anything until it happens. When something happens, I will say that what I knew in the moment. But I think it'd be naive of me to say I know 100% when anything is going to happen because, like I said, everything is fluid right now. But I'm not going to lie and not say that Gus leaving is 100% on the table. And it is not like this thing that is has no shot at happening like we thought maybe 5 weeks ago. I think a lot of things have changed. Yeah. 1st and 10. They handed RJ Harvey, and RJ Harvey breaks a big one, cuts through, brings it to the UC or the West Virginia 37-yard line. Big run by RJ Harvey there. He's been the only source of positivity early, and UCF gets a little bit of yardage there. And by a little, I mean a lot for what they've been doing. And UCF kind of slows up a little bit, which I don't hate here. 1st and 10, 12 minutes left in the second quarter. Jakari Brown is in the game. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, Jakari Brown's in the game. And he hands it off to RJ, and RJ breaks it to the outside on the right side and takes it for a lot. He takes it for a lot. Let me see the yardage on the last two. 22 yards and 24 yards. So RJ Harvey is just running through people right now, and he's the only source of offense. But Jakari Brown is in the game. I don't know if that was for that one play. No, Jakari Brown is in the game, so they just benched Dylan Risk. Oh, I can't take it anymore. I really can't. I can't take it. This is insane. 1st and 10. They hand it off. I think it was Miles. But let me see. Yeah, Miles Montgomery. Oh, Lord. Oh, I just can't, guys. This is just ridiculous. Like, what are we doing? Like, what's the point in playing Jakari Brown? Like, just play the kid. 2nd and 7. Oh, Lord. Miles in motion. And Jakari should have given it to Miles, but instead he keeps it, makes a bad quarterback decision there, and it's a 3rd and 7. Had Miles in motion, but said, I'm going to keep it. Who asked for this? Okay, and Dylan Riss is coming back on. This, like, I'm sorry, this makes no that made no logical sense. That makes no logical sense. For 4 straight plays leaving Ja'Carri Brown in. Like, come on. 3rd and 7. Now you're putting Dylan Risk in a 3rd and 7 in your red zone. In the red zone. This is just 3rd and 7. Dylan Risk makes the right decision. Dumps it to Miles. Miles gets to the outside and is about 2 yards away from a first down. I don't know if they're going to go for it. We'll see if they do. Looks like they are. 4th and 3. And Dylan is coming off the field, it looks like, but the offense is staying out there. They put Ja'Carri Brown back in the game, which I don't mind. Again, I don't mind it in this situation. Okay. 4th and 3. And they've probably practiced this, but we'll see if it works. And Ja'Carri Brown keeps it. Ja'Carri Brown gets the first down, gets his helmet ripped off, but the refs say, nope, we're not going to call anything. Helmet gets ripped off. We're just going to keep it going. So good first down there by Ja'Carri Brown to get it with his legs. Gets his helmet ripped off. That's just, I'm sorry. That's crazy. 1st and goal for UCF. This could be an RJ Harvey. Let's get an RJ Harvey touchdown here, huh? And what is it? It's RJ Harvey Wildcat. What do you? I don't know if it's a touchdown yet, but RJ Harvey's in the Wildcat, which nobody likes anymore, I guess. Oh, RJ Harvey. That's one of the best touchdowns I've seen out of him. That's crazy. RJ Harvey, they read it perfectly. They have a hand on him. He breaks out of it. He goes behind the line and then still gets a touchdown somehow. They play it perfectly. Number 8 gets him for 2 seconds, and it doesn't matter. RJ Harvey's a beast. Only bright spot on this team. And it's going to be 14-7 pending this extra point. I can't be so sure with this extra points anymore. Or I guess the extra points are fine. It's the field goals. All right, so UCF is only down a touchdown. All right. 14-7. Beautiful. All right. Let's update the score bug. And I'll get to all of your comments. Open. Boom. All right, let's delete some of these. Oh, I didn't update the bottom. Sorry. It's the second quarter. I put it so low on the bottom that I always lose it. Should automatically update. All right, cool. All right. Let's see. Defalk, stay tuned. Mackey, not happening. 12 million reasons. Defalk, he isn't going to be fired. We can leave it there. Honneck, finally signs of life from the D. Hell of a punt. We got a lot. Hold on. Let's get to all of them. There, we sold so many games. All of this, the future of college football. Yeah, that's what they preach. That is what they preach. Tyler, we need to get Dan Mullen, Scott Frost, or Jason Brown. So I'm going to say this. You guys can talk about head coaching stuff all you want. I'll comment if I feel like I can comment safely, but I need to be very, very careful with how I say certain things. So let's just put it at that. Kevin Suarez, give me Will Stein as the future head coach of the UCF Knights. Act for UCF how? Orion Scott, I feel like Gus is perfect for a GM type role. Defalk at Tyler won't be any of those 3. Again, I need to be very careful on some of these. Orion Scott, unless this is a goal line offense. Matt Dolan, Brandon Wimbush is on the sideline warming up. Act for UCF, make him come out instead of a flag. LOL. Honneck, RJ is so good. Orion Scholar, yes, sir. Dyer, hot take. Wildcat isn't even bad. It's not a hot take. I was annoyed why people hated it so much. I get for the Arizona State game because it didn't work for 2 times, but it's like I love the play. Garrett, refs have sucked as a whole this season. I've seen too many plain as day calls just be no calls. Insane. Yeah, the Big 12 refs have been something for sure. I'm not gonna lie. Both ways. I'm not gonna say it's just UCF. Obviously, it's been rough. Our text RJ is the one who deserves a bowl game. See that, and that's what I'm saying. He's had such an incredible year, and such an incredible UCF career in general. And it's like for him not to be able to just like have a like for UCF to have the season they're having, I feel terrible for him. But also like, yeah. And to be honest, like if we went to a bowl game, I'd tell him not to play, like genuinely. And I know he would still play probably. Well, here comes the special teams unit, guys. The special teams unit. We didn't talk about them early, but West Virginia runs for 40 yards to basically UCF's 50 on the kick return. Back to what I was saying. Smile on our face. But no, you just feel. I don't think he'd play in the bowl, or I think he would play in the bowl game. I would advise him not to because there's literally no point, and he's already proven what he can do as an NFL type back. But you just feel bad that this is the season that UCF has had. Like if I was RJ, I would have gone to Miami. Like Miami wanted him. He should have went. He'd be playing in a college football playoff. Like so that's kind of where the I feel bad for him. But 1st and 10 for West Virginia. And they run it with Donaldson. Donaldson is luckily back in the game after being down for a little bit, and he picks up nothing on the second down play. Kevin, we wasted on an all-time season for Harvey on the mid-team. Such a shame. Yep. Dyer, UCF change on the field. Mackey, I know he scored, but I hate the Wildcat. I don't know why anybody hates the Wildcat. If somebody goes in Gus's tenure and looks at the Wildcat and how it's worked, it works 90% of the time. 90% of the time. So it's like if you have a play that works 9 out of 10 times, don't you call it? I don't know. And that's going to be offsides on UCF if they throw it. Maybe they didn't throw the flag. If they didn't throw the flag, it's going to be 3rd and 5 for West Virginia. I guess they didn't throw the flag. UCF definitely jumped. They didn't call it. So it's going to be 3rd and 5 for West Virginia. Orient Scholar Wildcat is not bad. Act 4 UCF. Same Garrett. The first warning side was not them acknowledging a fair catch signal in one of the first big games. Big 12 refs are trash. Yeah, the Big 12 refs have not been good this year. They've been really bad. 3rd and 5. And again, if I had to guess, it's going to be a run here. Because why stop what you're doing well? It's going to be a pass. Or it's going to be and it's going to be a Garrett Green run. And UCF gets the stop there. Good plays by the UCF defense here. They didn't take the bait. And it's going to bring up 4th down. I think West Virginia looks like they might go for this, though. No, they're going to come off field and punt. There you go. 2 straight stops for UCF defense. What do you know? Default, you buying that RJ Harvey Jets jersey next year? See, that's the thing. I don't buy, listen, I love UCF players, right? I do. I don't buy opposing teams' jerseys. I don't. RJ Harvey might be the only exception. Like, if Javon Baker starts making an impact for the Patriots, I'm 100% buying a jersey. I can't physically buy another team's jersey. I don't care if I like the player. That's kind of my thing. But Dyer, you don't want Dan Mullen. I actually like Dan Mullen. I think I'm in the minority. I think Dan Mullen would be a really good candidate. I think a lot of people. I think Dan Mullen gets a bad rap. I think Dan Mullen. Honestly, and I know this is kind of crazy. Dan Mullen would be my first choice, probably, and I have my reasons. But Dan Mullen would be my first choice. Nick, Wildcat's fine. I just don't like it when the game was on the line. Too predictable. Let me see if Nick's coming. No, he is not. Nick is going to be home in, around 5. Let me see if he says 5 p.m. He saw the score and he says, I'm not trying to help Sean out. Listen, the Wildcat talk can go on for hours. I mean, I get why people might not like it, because you honestly, what's coming. So it's kind of, it makes it so predictable. And that's why I've said I would like sometimes if RJ would hand it off to the guy in motion, because it kind of adds an extra element. I feel like they've only done that once in the entire time doing the Wildcat, by handing it off to Johnny or Miles, whoever's in motion, because that would make it a different element. Then you don't know if it's going to RJ and RJ keeps it. You don't know if it's going to the guy in motion. You don't know if it might be a pass. Like, I think that's what makes things interesting. And I think UCF has stuck to the same thing. It's going to be an RJ Harvey run. But to be fair, that has worked basically every time they've done it. So you can hate it and you can find it to be too predictable, but it works the majority of the time. I think the Arizona State game, it just, because it didn't work 2 times, fans now turned on it. Garrett, we need a whole new staff at West Virginia, LOL. We used to be a powerhouse and consistently a top 25 team. It's pitiful that we haven't been ranked once under Nail. It's been rough as a West Virginia fan that's seen the good. Yeah, and listen, I think even with UCF, at least UCF has been ranked at points with Gus, but I think fans expect the most out of their team every year, regardless, right? And I think when you are a UCF and you are a West Virginia, and both of these coaching staffs you're looking at from a fan perspective, and people are like, we want them gone. I understand it. Now, I look at the greater picture. I cover UCF, and I can see the picture and be like, okay. And I was stuck up for Gus for years, especially these last 2 years, and said, like, listen, you have to give time. You have to give time. Like, it's only the second year in the Big 12, but when you preach what you preach, you have to expect the criticism. And I think this season specifically has been so bad that, I don't. If he retired or he got fired, it wouldn't be something that I would be up in arms about. Dyer, you got to respect RJ for staying. 100%, I respect him. 100%. Now, listen, he's probably making a good chunk of money from UCF here, but and that's going to be a false start by UCF. Great start there. Tyler Skillum, Colorado down 17 and BYU down 14. Wow. Yeah, I think the Big 12 is screwed. They're screwed. I mean, 2 top teams are going to be out of it. Like, awful. Mackie, Jamie Chadwell. Can't say anything about names. I can't. Jamie Chadwell is a coach in college football. He is. 1st and 13. Dylan Risk hands it off to RJ, and that gets absolutely nothing. So 2nd down and 13. UCF Jaguars, should we move on from Gus? I think that is a very loaded question. Maybe we talk about that at halftime, and we can have our coaching discussion. I've been against talking about the coaching. I love how that's been most of this live watch along, but if anybody is a fan of us, you guys know that we've kind of steered clear of the coaching talk, because we just feel like if we start talking about it now, we're going to talk about it forever. 2nd and 13, Dylan throws a deep ball, underthrown to Kobe, and that's going to be a pass interference on number 1. And number 1 looked shocked, like he didn't do anything. But you definitely held him. It was underthrown ball, which made the PI kind of an easy call. So good call by the refs there, but bad ball by Dylan. But no, we've stayed away from the coaching talk. But I'll say this: it kind of is getting to the point where it's going to be needing to be discussed. We talked about it on the bye week because we feel like we needed to. There's just too much smoke around it that we can't not talk about it. But yeah. All right, so we got the PI. So now it's going to be 1st and 10 for UCF. Get out of that hole. They're on the 19-yard line. And they give it to Miles. And Miles cuts to the outside. Good cut there by Miles. And he gets about 8 yards there. I just love Miles Montgomery, man. I listen. He's on an 11 every single time. Every single time he is on the field, he's at an 11. And you can't say that about everybody. Whoa, they just brought in the backup brigade. You got Jared Baker in. You got, I'm trying to remember his name. Miles Montgomery just gets the first down. Good run there. Chauncey Magwood. I'm like, why am I forgetting Chauncey's name? It's because he's never on the field. They brought in the backup brigade there. I'm going to read all your comments in a second when I can fully concentrate on all of them. 1st and 10. Jared Baker gets sent in motion. Oh, and this is a play that Dylan just saved. Dylan just saved a flea flicker pass. Gets thrown out of bounds by Dylan. They might say intentional grounding, but he threw it out of bounds. So it shouldn't be. He made it out of bounds. Oh, okay. So they're going to call it intentionally grounding. I think that's a terrible call, but I mean, that's so bad. It was a bad coaching call. So, to be honest, I don't blame Dylan there. I mean, it is what it is. So, lost it down. Gets 2nd and 21. Back where they started. On the 19-yard line. Jared Baker sends in motion. They fake it to RJ. And it's going to be an RJ screen. And he somehow gets yardage there. Again, West Virginia played it good. He picks up about 12 or 13 yards to make it a manageable 3rd down on the RJ screen pass. So, bad, or 3rd and 10. So, not manageable, but 3rd and 10. And Dylan, guys come behind Dylan. Dylan's calling for guys to, and Dylan throws one in traffic, which he definitely shouldn't have thrown. But it's going to be a UCF punt. Another UCF punt. West Virginia's defense comes up clutch there. This could get ugly early because it was 14-0 UCF answered. There's 4 minutes left in the second quarter. If somehow West Virginia scores, they get the ball back at the second half. It could get rough really quick here. All right. Honick, I'd have to see the stats, but feels like a 50-50 play, but I could be wrong. Yeah, you're wrong. You are wrong. Like, the flea flicker works basically 90% of the time. I wish they kept track of it, because it does work. Default, RJ limping. Oh, yeah, I kind of did notice that, but I wasn't paying attention. I thought he was, but he was back in, so it was fine. Plumlee making hell money on the Jags practice squad. Yeah, he's on the Seahawks practice squad now. Which Default put a couple comments below. Tyler, thoughts on Ray Lewis potentially coaching at FAU? 0% chance that happens. And if it does, I think that would be very interesting. Because then I think you'd see a lot more former players start getting into coaching and taking over like Dion. I don't think everybody's like Dion. 1st and 10 for West Virginia. And finds a guy, gets the first down on the pass. That was a good strike there by Garrett Green. 1st and 10. Yeah, if I'm them, I'm running this clock and I'd run this ball, which I hope UCF would know that's probably what they're going to want to do. A7 sent in motion, and Lee Hunter tackles behind the line. Jaheim White gets tackled for a loss of 1 or 2, so it's going to be a 2nd and 11. Last couple drives, UCF has shored up their run defense a good chunk, so that's the positive right now. And they show Addison Williams. 2nd and 11. Let's see if UCF can get a 3rd down. Again, Jaheim White's still in the game. And it's going to be a throw for Garrett. And Isaiah Nixon misses the sack. It was good pressure by Isaiah Nixon. And Chasen Johnson knocks the ball out to make it A 3rd down and 11. Good pressure there by Isaiah Nix. Just got to get him on the ground. But he forced Garrett Green out of the pocket, and a good play by Chasen to hit the ball out of the receiver's hands there to create a 3rd and 11. Not great clock management by West Virginia here, but again, UCF's been really bad on 3rd down. I'd call a timeout if I'm UCF here. It looks like the defense is confused. I'd call a timeout. I'd call a timeout here. But they're not going to call one. Let's see if it works. They're just sending all out pressure. Don't get to it. And it's a 1st down. On 3rd and 11, let's send out all-out pressure on 3rd and 11. Like, what are we doing? Like, I'm sorry. I'm not a football coach. I'm not. I'm not. Why are we sending all-out pressure on a 3rd and 11? Like, what are we doing? Why would we send all-out pressure on 3rd and 11? And it wasn't even that bad defense. It was a good ball placement. I mean, but I'm sorry. This is just ridiculous. Why are you sending an all-out blitz on 3rd and 11? That's where you, like, I'm sorry. Like, that's coaching malpractice. You shouldn't be sending all-out blitzes on 3rd and 11. Gabriel, know anything about Burdell Richardson? Heard great things before the season now. Haven't seen him much. Haven't heard anything, which is awful because I heard the same good things. We talked about it. We were hearing great things out of Burdell. I don't know what the coaching staff is thinking, but whatever. Default, do the flea flicker. Someone has to be in the area, like normal rules go away, don't apply. And if it has thrown or no, but okay, got you. Thank you. Tyler Skillen, BYU down 21. I remember UCF as a second half team. Don't lose hope. Lee Hunter a unit. Are they a second half team, though? I don't feel like they're a second half team. I mean, I guess they are. It hasn't really proven itself to be anything of use. Guys, it's just so hard to watch. I appreciate y'all watching. Because I don't even know how I watch it. Is that right? Do we have 52 people in here? Or am I crazy? Is there 50? Y'all are crazy. Love y'all. I don't know why you're watching this thing. 52, 53 people are watching this crap show of a game. But I appreciate it. Please don't leave because I said that. I want you all to stay and watch. And please put in the comments. Keep talking. Nick is coming soon. Once Nick comes, I'll have to, like I said, I'll have to redo this. But we'll figure it out. It's about to get really rough, though, for UCF. I think this game is about to get really, really, really bad. Dear, you are the only reason I'm watching this game. This is, let's be real here. If I didn't cover this team, I probably wouldn't watch it either. So I appreciate you guys, I guess we could say this is appointment television, at least on YouTube. Sawyer Corms TV. It's more miserable alone. I've never seen you, Sawyer Corm. I think it's Sawyer Corms. So I appreciate you coming in here. And I appreciate the comment. It is more miserable alone. That's why I need Nick to come. And at least I have all of you to talk to, though. So it's much easier to watch this game. Gabriel, Gus is just a chill guy trying his best. I wouldn't call him chill. I definitely wouldn't call him chill. Because he can light somebody up. And, if West Virginia gets this flea flicker, they do. And it's not a huge gain, but that's just the biggest. I'm not going to lie. That is the biggest, screw you. You couldn't run the flea flicker, so we're just going to do it. And even though it only picked up 10 to 15, that hurt more than the 2 touchdowns. Because they just proved they're the better team than you by doing that. They're like, we're going to do what you can't do. That's crazy. 1st and 10 with 1:30 left. West Virginia looking, and they throw. Ooh. It's going to be offsides on UCF. Let's see what this flag is. He threw a quick wide receiver screen. They threw the flag over there. It kind of looks like maybe UCF's corners were offside. Yeah, offside. I'm like, there's no way they got to there that quick. Am I? Maybe not. I've watched that. I'm like, did they call it on us? Deshaun Pace was not offside. That's crazy. It wasn't even on Deshaun Pace. I felt like it was on the corners. That's such a bad call. That's a bad call. Or maybe they just got the person wrong. And it's going to be a Garrett Green keeper, and he only gets about 1 there to make it 2nd and 4 with 1 minute left. West Virginia's got all 3 timeouts, so I don't know why they don't use 1 or 2 here. They're like kind of rushing here. 2nd and 4. 54 seconds left. They hand it off to 24. Isaiah Nixon slips once again, but good defense. So 3rd and 3. Good job by UCF's defense there. Isaiah Nixon once again slips, though. It's twice that he slipped. I don't know why UCF is calling a timeout. I'm going to be perfectly honest. Listen. People like to throw around the word coaching malpractice. They like it. They like to throw it. Certain things, like I want anybody to put, why would you call the timeout? There's 40 seconds left. They're on your 15-yard line. They're on your 15-yard line. Why call the timeout? Like all you're trying to do is get out of the half down 10. Why are you making it worse? Like make them call the timeout. Make them burn a timeout. You're playing into their hand here. I don't get it. I don't get it. 3rd and 3. 44 seconds left in the half. As they show Colorado's flag, even though they're losing by 13 points. 3rd and 3. If I was them, I would just run it up the gut. This is UCF from last year. This is their defense, so just run it up the gut. I don't even know. They'll probably send a running back in motion here. Yep. C.J. Johnson's behind Garrett Green. They're putting all the big boys up there. I would do it. And it's going to be a run. And UCF, I think, stopped them. Yeah, they stopped him short. So it's going to be 4th and 1. Oh, okay. Hold up. Okay, hold on. Hold on. ESPN, you messed up. So it's 4th and 1, by the way. ESPN, you messed up. I take back everything I said about the coaching malpractice. West Virginia called the timeout. They took it away from UCF. So originally they put it as a UCF timeout, but it was West Virginia that called the timeout. So I take back what I said. I take it back. I take it back. It was West Virginia that called the timeout. That's on ESPNU, though. When you get on ESPNU, you can't expect all the perfect graphic work. You can't expect the perfect refs. You can't expect all that perfect stuff. So, okay, I take it back. I take it back. It's 4th and 1. I don't know what I'm assuming they're going to kick the field goal here. I guess there was a penalty on West. It looks like they're going for it. Gus calls a timeout, it looks like now, which is an okay timeout. Okay, that's an okay timeout. They're going for it on 4th and 1. Okay, you call it timeout. Tyler, any chance Tommy comes back next season? Yeah, no, probably not. Probably not. I have some other things to say about that particular thing, but I can't say everything. Just, you'll be hearing about Tommy really soon. Not with UCF. Just, you'll be hearing about it. Matt Dolan, 53 people are watching because misery loves company. You got that right. You definitely have that right. I'm not going to lie. So West Virginia's going for it on 4th and 1. Again, they're probably going to pick this up. Let's not kid ourselves. But if somehow UCF could get out of this, that'd be something. 4th and 1. Garrett Green, I'm assuming it's just going to be C.J. Donaldson powers through for the first down. And it should be a West Virginia timeout. Well, the clock will stop, so they don't really need to call a timeout. But, well, he's calling one anyway. Okay. Yeah, I mean, C.J. Donaldson, big back. Haven't been able to stop him. It's not the first down. Default. So, Sean, who do you think is going to be the coach in 2025? LOL. Next comment, Default. You're smart. Sawyer Corms TV. Yes, sir. Yeah, I appreciate you coming on here, bro. UCF Jaguar. How is recruiting doing? Not great. The good thing is Javon Boggs said he's going to stay committed, so that's the positive in recruiting right now. Dair, I like Gus as a person. That's the thing. We all like Gus as a person. I think Gus is a good human being. The players love him. He can recruit the hell out of college football. He's a great man. At the end of the day, he has not done good these last couple of years, and I think it's getting to a breaking point here. Kevin, this kind of just feels like a bunch of lads getting together to watch the team that they support suck, but it's a good time with good company. Well, I appreciate it, Kevin. I appreciate everybody that tunes in. I really do. It means a lot. Especially when the team sucks this bad. It's fun to be able to see all your guys' comments. My throat's starting to hurt. I'm not going to lie. I forgot how bad it is to do these things by myself. Because I've had Nick the last couple. But I love talking. So I'm fine doing it. But my throat's just going to hurt for the rest of the day. 1st and goal at UCF's 9-yard line. Garrett Green is going to throw this. Not going to be a run, which makes sense. Good defense there by UCF, but he throws it out of bounds. So it's going to be 2nd and goal with 27 seconds left. Listen, I get it. West Virginia needs kind of throw here. They only have one timeout left. You've been gashing UCF running the football. And especially now, they wouldn't expect it. They wouldn't expect a run. I would just run one, call a timeout, and then throw it on 3rd down. Like, that'd be my if I'm Neil Brown, I'm running here getting a couple yards. Because there's a chance you just run it in for 6. And it's going to be a run. But UCF actually plays it decent. Wow, this I think just proves I shouldn't coach. Because I am calling it like Neil Brown. Dalen Dotson gets the stop. They handed it off to C.J. Donaldson. And it's a loss of a couple. Nigel Leak had a hand on him for a good chunk, and then Dalen came in from behind and got him down. But also, if I'm a head coach, I wouldn't run a power back like Donaldson to the left. I'd just put him up the middle. So maybe I would be a better coach. I don't know. But right thought. You've been gashing UCF running the football. Let's see if you can get a couple. Good stop there. 3rd and goal for this UCF defense. Let's see if they can somehow get off the field with only allowing a field goal or no points. But that's asking for a lot right now. I really wish Dalen Dotson had more eligibility. Dalen Dotson's a fun watch, man. He's a fun watch. All right. 3rd and goal. 20 seconds left. It's about 3rd and 12. Again, hasn't stopped UCF from allowing points this season, as we've seen. It's usually when UCF's at their worst is when they're in 3rd down. But let's see. 3 seconds left on the play clock. They snap it. 50-50 ball, and it's a touchdown. Wow. Oh. Remember you guys said you liked like hanging out with people with misery. Like, this is miserable. I mean, it is. Like, just throw a 50-50 ball. It was actually a good play. I mean, got Deshaun Pace confused. Yeah, it was just a quick he like went in for a step and then went high, and Deshaun Pace was behind it. Oh, Nick's here. Let me change the score. Oh, wait, this is actually perfect because Nick's here. Let's see what I can do. Oh, hi, sir. One sec. Let's see if I can figure this out. See, it's the perfect time too because I don't want to update the score bug just yet. Oh, that's not right. Oops. Sorry, y'all. Okay. Let's do this and I'm gonna need a lot of comments, guys. So definitely drop them in down below while I get Nick on here. I'm gonna have to do a lot of working here, but once we get Nick on, I'll let him talk. Control audio. Okay. Let's see if that works. Oh, there's Nick. Get him a little. Hold on, you can't talk yet. Let me get your audio up. All right, do you hear me?
I got you.
All right, they hear you too. All right, you're on. I gotta get you cropped, but Nick Geddes, ladies and gentlemen,
I think it's also is it showing me I'm showing a Stephen Leonard here too.
Yeah.
I'm in fact not Stephen Leonard. So sorry to disappoint everybody.
Well, I had your Twitter on my one box, but now I have to redo our
Gotcha.
So you could talk to the people because you were
Hello everybody. Apologies for my horrible tardiness here on a game day, but I am in the unfortunate market of the process of buying a new car, and it's horrible. And if any of you have done it, it's not fun. So I have been out and about all day, but I'm done today. So
that's good.
But I've been keeping track of this game on my phone. I've been able to tune in for spots of it. I don't really have a great feel for everything yet, so apologies on that. But just by the score, I have to do like the unfortunate thing of like box score watching right now, which is never what you should do when it comes to football games. But it looks like it's been all RJ Harvey for the UCF offense, if I have that correct.
Basically.
Yeah, sounds about right. I just was able to watch the drive there from West Virginia, where Garrett Green's made some pretty big throws there. So not great. It looks like defensively.
Here I'm making record time with changing this stuff. Usually changing this is awful, but I think we're making good time here. I'm gonna look at that. Oh, I have to. Boom. All right. We're here. We're all set now. That's great.
Beautiful.
I was a little nervous about that. I'm like, oh, this is going to take me a lot longer to get set up. Usually we come in, for those that want the inside baseball, we come in like 30 minutes before just to get this thing set up. And I was a little nervous. I'm like, how am I going to do this live in time? I thought.
Well, the only thing left we'll have to do is whenever the game comes back, we're going to have to sync up a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to have to sync up. I thought Steven was going to be on for like the entire time you were not. So I had it all set up. And then he's like, oh, I can only come on for the beginning, which I'm fine with. But I was like, oh, so I need to like do this quick. But we're all good. I think it's the end of the quarter or almost the end of the quarter. But let's read some of your comments.
Yeah, we got to the half. Okay,
now. We're at the half. Thank God. Sawyer Corms TV. That's the last one. Let me make sure. Okay, Dair. Just remember, as bad as we feel now, it's not over until it's over. I think that was before they just scored the last touchdown, but that's true. That is true. Sawyer Corms, my dog can manage this team better. Valid. Honestly, sometimes valid. I'm not gonna.
I don't even know what's happened, but it sounds about right.
Okay, so let me. I can give you a quick. There's a lot of comments. Hold on, let me.
Yeah, you roll through the comments.
And then I'll give you a quick rundown after I roll through these. Joey, same DC from last year, same problems, can't stop the run. Joey, I've not seen your name before. Maybe I have, but welcome. I don't know if I have, but if not, welcome. Ha, Nick, Sean with all the secrets. Listen, I want to be very careful. I don't have all the secrets. We just get a little bit more knowledge than we used to. And I can't be very specific that you guys would like me to be sometimes. Sawyer Corms with the basketball loss. My only hope today is Franz Wagner and the Magic. I'm going to be honest. Perfect that you brought that up, Sawyer. And Sawyer, I'm happy you're here. I'm actually upset. So I'm credentialed by the Magic. I get press credentials every game. I go to most of the games. I wanted to go tonight, but this game is forcing me not to. This game. I can't go to the Magic versus Pistons because of this game.
Oh no, you can't watch the Pistons play basketball. Oh no.
The Pistons without Cade Cunningham, sir. So
oh no.
It's even
What will you ever do?
But I still listen. The Magic are fun to watch. They're at least a fun watch.
Yes, they are.
Even without Paolo, without a lot of their guys, they're fun to watch. This is not fun to watch. So, yeah, your only hope is that. And honestly, I feel pretty good about that. Orion the Scholar, West Virginia also gets the ball to start the second half, so this could get bad. Yeah, that's what I was saying. With 4 minutes left in the half, I said this could get really bad because they could double up, and then it's like 28-7. Sinfonia Night, this game is a train wreck. I hate it, but I can't look away. We're forced to look at it, but I'm happy you're watching us and watching the game. It brings me great joy. That's been the talking point, Nick. I said I don't know how there's 50. At one point there was 53 people watching. I'm like, I don't know how you're watching, and everybody's like, we just want to be in pain together, and I understand that. I understand that notion. Default, have a linebacker cover a wide receiver. Good call. Yeah, that last touchdown was awful. I mean, and it wasn't even like the receiver made any type of good move. It was just he took one step in and then went out, and Deshaun just got bought in, I guess. Tyler, Deshaun Pace has sucked ever since that Colorado game. Yeah, he hasn't been great. He's like one of those guys that like early in the season we're like, oh, this guy's going to be really good. And then you just don't hear his name ever. Like he doesn't make plays ever. Default, OMG, Steven is here per username undername. Oh, well, I know Steven watches sometimes. I was expecting Steven to be on, but he has to do work. What we're doing is not technically work. We're just watching a football game. He actually has to work. So, but the fact I got him for 10 minutes was great. Hey, Kevin, Nick the man. Yes, sir. So again, people are happy Nick's here. I'm happy because my throat is going to be saved. The boys are back in town. Default, typical Sean having Nick in his wrong box. I had him in the right box. I just didn't have his Twitter username on this specific graphic, but I had it up the entire time I was by myself. I didn't need to do that. I didn't need to have his Twitter username up. I did it out of the kindness of my heart. Let me just
say too, by the way, again, granted, I haven't watched any of this game really, but looking at the scoreboard and looking at some of the numbers right now, and I'm going through the reaction on Twitter, which, by the way, it seems like less people are actually following this game on Twitter from UCF Nation than usual.
Did you see our views from this week? I mean, nobody cares.
It seems like this game has just kind of been like under the radar to everybody, but I've seen a lot of people saying on Twitter, like, this is a car wreck. We had some people in the comments there that were calling it a train wreck, which is never great. And then, forgive me, but you guys know I wasn't on the pregame show this week. I had a lot of things going on outside of work, but I saw this morning that UCF was favored, and I was like, are we really doing this again? Are we really doing this again? Like, what dirt does UCF have on the odds makers out there? Like, on the surface, like, I know West Virginia is not a great team, or at least showed that they're a great team this year, but UCF's going on the road. It's like, what, 40 degrees out there? I thought it was raining earlier, if I saw that correctly. Like, in what world was UCF favored by, 3 going into this game?
Yeah, I don't know. I also have to mess with my audio, so I'm going to be muted for a second. So, because my audio's, I don't know why it's on the one bar again. Probably sounds bad, but uno momento. I'm going to change this out really quick. How do I do this, actually? Boom. Let's get this deleted. Okay. Audio output. Okay. I don't know. All right. Well, I guess you're getting the one bar. The 2 bar is not working. So, oh well. So if my audio sounds lesser than Nick's, it's okay. Default, let me fill you in. Defense is back to 2023 rush defense. Gus wanted. Oh yeah. So this is basically without me having to say anything. Defense is back to 2023 rush defense. Gus wanted to rip Dylan's head off his shoulders 35 seconds into the game, screaming at him on the sidelines. And
Cool.
Where's the next one? UCF tried a flea flicker that failed miserably, only for West Virginia to run one the next drive perfectly. Yeah,
Cool.
that's honestly, I couldn't have said it better myself. Michael Mesa, I'm going to Utah to show my support for the seniors and RJ. But after that, as a season ticket holder, I'm holding out till Gus is out. I don't think you're the only one. I think
No.
I think UCF is probably very nervous, and I think that's probably why, like I said, we can't say exactly everything. We just know it's a fluid situation. But with that being said, yeah, I don't think their season ticket numbers are great for next year from what we've.
No, but it is kind of interesting when you're following what's going on off the field. I mean, UCF is still, doing all they can to try to salvage this recruiting class at the moment. And you saw, obviously, I'm sure you got into it a little bit, but Javon Boggs shutting down his commitment. He was supposed to be at Michigan today, I believe. And he decided to stand firm on his UCF commitment. So that's great. And you've already seen that they have some of these transfer portal guys that have been starting to visit too. So, if this was a staff that was on the way out, it's kind of interesting. They're still doing a lot of work. They're still doing a lot of work right now.
Yeah, that's why I said it's definitely interesting. It gives you kind of the how do I put it? It's like 5 weeks ago, I probably would have told you that Gus was gone. Now I have no idea. After the Javon Boggs recommitment, when we kind of were assuming, yeah, he's gone, that does make you think. It does make you think, is this Gus staying? Is Gus still gone and they just paid Javon more money? I have no idea. But it's definitely an interesting talking point that we're probably going to be discussing for the next couple weeks.
Also, this has nothing to do with the game itself, but now that I'm getting a look at everything, like I let me just be the first to say I'm not a fan of these gold face masks.
Really?
I'm not a fan of these gold face masks. I know we were all clamoring for more gold and everything.
You weren't the only one. I think there was a couple in the comment section that didn't like them either.
I'm not a fan. It's one step too far.
I kind of like it. I don't know. I care more about the product on the field than the...
Correct.
And Nick, don't feel bad about talking about anything but the game. That's been basically this entire stream so far. I've mentioned Wicked. We've talked about all the other games going on. This is it's our last live watch along for football. So we're just having a good time. It doesn't matter.
Hey, I got the other game on my my monitor over here. I have Colorado, Kansas. I tuned into that. I looked at the score. It was 20-7. It was like 20-7 at the time when I tuned in, and I was like, well, I got to get to that.
Is it worse now? Or
it's 2014. Colorado just scored before half.
Okay, that's good. I need Colorado.
So we got a game over there in the Big 12. It looks like Arizona State's up 21-3 on BYU.
Yeah.
So the BYU magical run looks to be over.
Yeah. Nick. Sean, as a Pats fan, are you excited about Drake May? He's the only thing that's given me any excitement this year, to be honest. He's the only reason I tune in on Sundays. I didn't like him, and I still, I'm usually right on quarterbacks coming out of college. I didn't like Drake May, but he's at least shown me something, so...
I don't know why I did this, but I typed in UCF on Twitter just to go through the reactions again. And let me just read some of these tweets. Like, how are we just straight up? How are we so bad? UCF football is an illness I never want a cure for. Interesting. There's just a lot of unhappy people. A lot of unhappy people here on Twitter right now.
I bet. Let me see if I can take.
Gus needs to retire. Terry needs to make it happen. A lot of Gus talk right now. A lot of Gus talk on the Twitter machine right now.
Yeah, but that's expected.
Right.
I mean, let me see.
So what's the problem here? Try to fill me in a little bit. And this goes for the Commodores as well. What's going on with the passing offense right now? Because I'm looking at 4-9 for 32 yards.
Yeah, it just doesn't look. I mean, it looked early like the weather kind of affected it. Like Dylan is. I don't know if it's just so cold he's not getting a good grip on the ball. I don't know. The balls have just not been there, and they also haven't really given him a lot of good opportunities. West Virginia's defense is playing pretty solid, but on the chances he has gotten to throw, he's either overthrown or underthrown. It
And
just hasn't
no
been
no
efficient.
targets for Kobe Hudson. Do I have that correct?
Yep, Kobe Hudson hasn't been targeted. Or no, that's not true. That's not true. He's gotten
Yeah.
thrown. There was a
I'm
ball.
looking at 8 targets right now on the stat sheet, none to Kobe. So he must have 1.
Well, I think it. Well, I think it's 1 because it was a flag. Yeah, like he threw Dylan threw it, but he underthrew it bad to Kobe. So it was a pass interference, so it probably just didn't count in the stat sheet.
I will say I'm excited to get there on Friday. I feel like we haven't been back or I haven't been back in Orlando. It feels like for forever. Like that Arizona game feels like it was like in a different year. And I'm excited to get back there for one. What is it? One last bounce? Can we still call it that? One last bounce.
You can. You definitely can. It's
funny. I've been seeing the commercials all week. It's like UCF Utah on Black Friday, Big Fox game and everything. Like they're doing their best to hype it up, but it's
I really don't know why. They need to they need to just let it go. Let me see if this fixes it. Does that fix it?
Lots of teams on upset alert today.
Oh, like who?
Penn State just had an extra point blocked at the end of the second half against Minnesota. They just got returned all the way back. And now Minnesota, instead of being tied 17-17, is up 19-16 going into the half on Penn State.
That's interesting.
And I already saw the Florida score earlier. Upset Central today.
It kind of is. Well, this audio output is not working. 1 second. I'm going to go back here. This probably... Oh, it's got 2. That's weird. Okay. You're seeing black. Now you're seeing it again. That's weird. I don't know why it's doing that. Is it going to bug me? Yes. Do I frankly care right now? A little, but I'm not going to let it affect me. Defalk. At Hodnick. Sean does have a lot of secrets. He has us locked in his attic and only feeds us when we give him news. Help. He was going to let Steven out, but decided Nick was nicer today, so he let him out. Please send help. Listen.
Michael Mesa, he said, if you guys sit in the Carl Black sections, I got you for a round of drinks for covering this awful season. Michael, we'd love to coordinate that before the game. Trust me.
Yeah, honestly, I'm going to be honest. I'm totally down to do that before the game. Well, let's coordinate. Michael Mesa, DM me or Nick on Twitter. DM us both on Twitter, and we'd be more than happy to come do it.
Maybe too for those who are going to be tailgating for this game. Maybe for our last like pregame show, maybe we try to hit up somebody's tailgate.
Yeah, I want to do that.
And we adventure out from the walls of the stadium like we usually are in.
Well, I'm honestly down. We have to talk about it, but listen. It's our last one. It's an 8:00 game on Black Friday. Like, it's gonna be cold. It's gonna feel good. I'm totally down to just go balls to the wall, go run around, and.
Mm-hmm. And I'm probably gonna be in. This is probably news to you. I haven't even told you yet. I'm gonna be in Orlando all day on Friday. Somehow I'm gonna find my way in Orlando all day because I have to work on Friday till 4:00, and so obviously driving after that would make 0 sense in the world. So I'm going to find a way to get over to Orlando early in the morning or the morning before. So I'm going to be there all day.
Do you need a place to work?
Perhaps. We'll see.
Okay. I was about to say.
Perhaps.
I'm not going to, I would probably have you go to a different house because my apartment has cats and Nick is.
Your cats are evil. We've covered this already on this show, but those things are evil.
They're not. They're actually really sweet.
And I don't know why you own them.
Well, they're my girlfriend's cats.
And I don't know why she owns them.
I'm a dog guy. I adopted the cats as my own. They're very sweet. You just don't like cats because you're highly allergic and you get all red and shive up, which I would hate them too. I mean, Most cats I can't stand, but they're at least decent. Nick, well, he's feeding you, so he's not a complete monster. Yeah, I'm not a complete monster. I'm not a complete monster. Also, he has information. Listen, Defalk has information, so yeah. Stetson, welcome, Nick. Sean was about to tell us all he knows about coaching updates. That's been a lot of our talk, Nick. If you've learned, it's been.
Of course, it's all anybody wants to talk about right now.
Yep. Florida beats Ole Miss. There's still a chance. Florida's done really good. Michael May said, if everyone thought our fan base was toxic this year, just wait for if Gus comes back for next year. Oh, I don't know if I can do another year of the fan base if Gus is still the coach.
Well, I mean, I guess if I want to chime in real quick on that.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's like if you do bring Gus back, if he comes back next year at this point, the way this game's trending, and we'll see what happens next week, obviously. But if you lose this one, you're obviously not going to a bowl. Like, I don't know. Again, I just want to know how do you sell this to the fan base? I genuinely want to know, like, what's the selling point to keep everybody interested and involved in the program? Like, I for the life of me, I can't figure out what that sell job would be, because we've already talked about it. A lot of the best things about this team are not going to be here next year. And it's clear they're going to have to probably, they're going to be active in the portal. They're already active in setting up visits, but it's like, we did this year,
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where else we move.
Can somebody tell me if that sounds bad? If it sounds like double? I'll listen to it. I added another audio thing, but it probably just sounds like double. It probably doesn't sound that good.
Yeah. And by the way, the thing that, what was it, CBS Sports posted about the head coaching candidates for UCF if Gus is gone, I'm putting absolutely zero stock into that thing. And that was a horrible list, by the way. Just wanted that out there for those of you who saw it. Sean, we are in the year of 2024 and we are still going through groomers.
Yeah.
We can't be doing this.
No, it's bad. That list was bad. Also, I heard the audio. It was bad. So two things were bad. Oregon Scholar bounce house will be empty if we lose today. I think the bounce house is going to be empty regardless, even if we won. Think about the Houston game last year. I mean, it was dead. Tyler, the goal on the face mask isn't even the same gold as the decals. See, I haven't got a good look at it.
They're not the same.
Oh, see, yeah, that's not great.
The one on the face mask, it looks like it's much darker.
Yeah, Drake's looks sharp. Or Honick. Yeah, Drake's looks sharp. I think he could be a good NFL quarterback. Yeah, I think so too. We'll see.
Who?
Drake May.
Oh, yeah, your savior.
Yeah. Dyer, RJ good, everything else bad. Yeah, that's the easiest way to put it. That is the easiest way to put it. Default.
How many times have we said that this year?
A lot. It feels like it's just we're in a rerun. Default mentioned it's basically just a rerun, and his dad, I guess, brought that up, and I love that. Here's special teams. Here's special teams, folks. Oh, it's also back next, so I can let me know when you want me to. I'll when the clock runs, I can. Now, legit question: if we lose and hypothetically, let's say Gus announces he's retiring this week after the Utah game, do fans show up to show him a respectful exit, or nothing changed? Absolutely not. Fans will not do that. They don't. No.
All right. Let's see if we can sync up here. Sir,
I'll sync up.
Wait till the clock, because right now I'm looking at Don Davenport.
Okay, actually, I'm at 19 seconds on the shot clock. Let me know when 19 seconds are on the shot clock.
The shot clock.
Yeah. Or the
Still
play
in magic
clock
mode there.
Yeah, magic mode.
I'm there.
18,
yep,
17.
We're good.
Okay,
we're
cool.
good.
Shot clock.
Here we go.
I am in basketball mode. 24 goes in motion. Garrett Green looking to throw. And somehow, this has been the game.
Almost had a pick there.
Almost had a pick and still caught the ball. Good play there by Exery. Didn't matter, but 2nd and 1. ESPNU coming in clutch here with the graphic work. Moved the first down line. 2nd and 1. And it's going to be a big loss. Gets blown up by Ricky Barber and Nigel E. Kelly. Should be about 3rd down and 3 or 4, maybe more. That's like the best run defense I've seen. I mean, to be fair, UCF's run defense has played a lot better. 3rd and 6. It's played a lot better after the first like 2 or 3 drives. So I do have to give them that credit. They've played a lot better. But at the beginning, it was looking like 2023. As they show Ricky Barber. 3rd and 6, 13:40 in the third quarter. Garrett Green is looking to throw the ball. He throws a long one, deep ball, and good defense by Jason Johnson there. Didn't grab, didn't hold.
Oh, there we go. There it is. There it is. I knew it was coming. You always know it's coming.
I will say, Jason, listen, he's shown some good things, but he has a lot of penalties. And I guess
I don't like that at all. I don't see that.
I mean, he grabbed a little on the.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
He grabbed the shoulder pad.
I don't see it. And if the ref that's right on top of it is not the one who threw it.
I don't know, Nick. He did grab the shoulder. I think it's a weak PI, but it's
meh. Not impressed.
Dyer says, Nick, blink twice if you know who the next UCF head coach is. Listen, I'm not saying we don't know stuff, but we definitely don't know that. Oh, well, it was. And Jaheim White is.
All right.
Down at the 1-yard line.
Good to be here.
We're going to need to somehow get through the next hour and a half, 2 hours. Maybe we just stay on for a magic. I'll just switch all the graphics.
When I was on my way home, it was 14-7, and I was like, "Oh, at least I'm coming in, and it's like still a game." And now we're on the cusp of it, like not being a game.
Yeah,
and I've been here for like 4 plays.
Xavier's video archive. How empty do we think the UCF student section will be if UCF loses? If they win, yeah, it's gonna be empty regardless. And yeah, they're definitely gonna lose. But,
like UCF?
Huh?
Who, UCF?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll get into it this week, but
you have to remember it's
Isaac
Thanksgiving.
Wilson gives you a chance.
It's Thanksgiving. Like, students are away. Like, that's kind of what I'm thinking. But Dyer, the poor old Miss threw like 2 interceptions at the very end of the game back to back. I honestly feel bad for him. Shout out Gus for lowering football season ticket prices. I guess that's positive. Yeah, they didn't lower them. They just kept them the same. And touchdown. Yeah, there we go.
At Donaldson, yep.
28. Well, my score prediction was 31-28, so maybe there's a comeback somewhere in there. 28-7. Save.
Going out sad tonight. Going out sad.
Yeah, this is not great, folks. Not good. Against a West Virginia team that wants their coach fired, just like UCF fans. How do I get this to be? I'm trying to figure out this. Maybe if I change it to MacBook Pro, it does the same thing. That's weird.
I'm worn out already.
I don't blame you.
I've seen too much bad football just lately.
Oh, maybe I could do this. 1 second. Let me see if I can. It's bothering me. So now I'm like, maybe I join. Yeah, for right now, I'll wait. I'm gonna do it though, because I feel like my thing's gonna. Let's read some comments. Defalk, on a serious note, when Sean is given the go ahead to be able to talk about coaching, he will. He is not allowed to say what he's hearing for many reasons. Sean isn't one to try to hide stuff. I think that's a very true statement. I get trusted with certain things, and I'm going to stay. Me and Nick both get trusted. We know things, but I will say this: there's no head coach that is like. Nobody knows who the next head coach of UCF is, and that is including Gus. We don't know if Gus is staying. We don't know if Gus is leaving. All we know is everything is fluid, but a performance like today makes you really think.
No, and in no world, again, I didn't watch, but I've heard everything that y'all have said and the reaction. In no world should this be 28-7 early in the third quarter. Like, in no world. Like, it cannot be like this, especially coming off a bye. And I don't believe UCF has won off a bye week since Gus has been the head coach either.
Yeah, I mean, Gus historically has been good on a bye, but nope, not right now.
Not here.
Nope. Oh, default, but he cannot say stuff he isn't allowed to say. He has to be respectful of his sources, please. He also doesn't want to burn every bridge he has.
Oh no, not this comment. No.
What?
I don't know if he's being serious or not.
Hot take put in KJ
Dar,
to save the fourth
D-A-A-R. Hot take put in KJ to save the fourth quarter.
Oh, Dar.
The ultimate redemption. No,
Dar, my eyes are really bad because I have your thing on my screen, but I thought it was Dair. I know you come all the time, so I don't know why I've been saying Dair. So yeah, Dar. Wow. That's crazy. Honik, whether it's next year or the year after, I won't miss Gus's copy and paste press conferences. I'm not gonna say I.
This is it right here, Michael Mesa. We've gotten worse as they've taken away our college bars, pub, stag, etc. Coincidence.
Yeah, it's not cool. Yeah, I'm too tired. Please send jokes because I'm too tired to laugh right now. Sawyer Corms, we talked too much about the NBA, so the calls will be soft now. Honestly, yeah, some of these calls are soft. I'm not gonna lie. Symphonia Knight told you this game would be a blowout. This team is pathetic. Default as we go on, we remember. Stop there. Not trying to get copyright.
I was gonna say you cut me off a million times the last.
Hey, I did 5 seconds.
Songs,
I did 5
for
seconds.
singing song.
Listen, I did 5 seconds. I knew my place. I knew my time. I was spot on there. I don't know why. I have to look it up. I'm gonna look this up. Why is my audio crud?
Well, I enjoy these highlights of RJ Harvey doing RJ Harvey things.
He's fun to watch.
Yeah.
For everybody else, I can't say the same.
Is that a Wildcat that I see he scored a touchdown on?
Yeah, and it was a play he had no business scoring too. It was like ridiculous. 1st and 10. Again, no hole for RJ to run through, but he somehow
patient enough to get 4.
It's been the day today. Let's see. Mackie, they're going to have to fire Gus. They are going to have to fire Gus. He's not walking away. We'll see. Dar, Knights Library shout out. That place, Knights Libraries sucks. Sorry for all the Knights Library fans.
Yeah, I got no good words for that place. I got none. And it's third down.
Yep, third down. Matt Dolan, Gus is saving me dollars, postponing my YouTube TV subscription until August. I wouldn't postpone it. YouTube TV's like the best for a lot of stuff. Nick, we need a Nick pump up song. I don't think Nick can give you a pump up song down 28-7.
I was gonna say I had a song simmering in my head, but it was not a pump up song. Trust me.
Sawyer Corms, where do you think Harvey will fall in the draft? We talked about this on the last one. As he throws it and Harvey gets the first down on the running. Well, it's a wide receiver screen, but basically a halfback. What would you call that play, Nick? Halfback. I can't think straight right now. RJ Harvey.
I'm just gonna call it halfback. Halfback out. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Halfback out. That's what we're calling it. That's where we're at. 28-7.
I'm trying to go because I've called that play a million times in NCAA,
Right.
and I just call it halfback out.
This is 10 minutes left in the third quarter. This game is a long one. We're gonna say that. 28-7. First down. Jakari Brown's in the game, and
yeah, that didn't go as planned. Nope.
no. Oh, Jakari did go in the game for like 4 straight plays, and they put in Dylan Risk on a 3rd and 7. So that should.
It seems interesting. Down 28-7 on the road. There's like, it's just like it seems like there's like no confidence to even throw the ball down the field at all.
Oh, 0. Let me do this.
Here we go.
And
no.
3rd and 11. Add your microphone. Ooh, okay.
Definitely closes at 3 a.m. By the way, for those of you who are talking about gringos, definitely closes at 3.
I'm getting somewhere. One second. Where do I go? As we go on, we remember.
Watch it.
3rd and 11. And that's got to be a PI. No PI?
You'll get a punt. You get a punt. Not a great start to this half. That's an understatement.
No. Definitely an understatement. Copy. Let me see if this does anything. Browser. Audio. Mic check. That's not right. This might make me sound really weird, but
You sound weird now.
to you,
Yeah.
it might sound better on. Hold on, I'm gonna look at OBS. Let me see if that makes it sound better. Mic check. Oh, it literally doesn't do anything. Hold on.
Tell you what, Jeremy Tache's Twitter right now is a great scroll through.
Oh, is it?
It's a great scroll through. And he's not if you don't follow him on Twitter, he is not a Gus fan. And it's a great follow right now.
What's he saying? What is he saying?
Well, Trace did his I guess Trace does this every week where he where was it back at? Where he said, ready those post-game questions for UCF head coach Gus Malzahn.
Oh, Lord.
And Jeremy said, yeah, Gus, I have 2 questions. First of all, how dare you?
How to get
to Dar, no, it's not bad that you do not care anymore after the ASU game. I think a lot of people have been on that train for a while, probably before the ASU game.
Oh, yeah.
The Arizona game provided a moment of joy, but that's exactly what it was. It was a moment against another very bad football team.
Let's get that out of there.
Although considering BYU's effort today against Arizona State, UCF, a little better. But again, they played a different team without Scattaboo.
Oh, yeah, I mean.
Not great here. UCF's allowed a score in the final minute of the first half in 3 consecutive games.
That's fun.
Talk about having no momentum going into
Oh, that's just me. Oh, that was one too. One sec. I'm gonna audio input capture. Is that what it says? Let me delete that. Yes. Back. I'm gonna try this one more time. People are probably sick and tired of me saying that. Yeah, still the same. I don't know. I gotta whatever. Um, let me read some comments as we go back on defense, guys. This is gonna be a really rough hour or two. As Jaheim White gets only 1 on the first down, so it'll be 2nd and 9. Act 4, refs are an embarrassment. Guy got pushed out of bounds, but I guess it was a West Virginia player, so it does not matter. Default. Well, time to comment on the Trace post. Gussel, you work with the new staff to help with the transition or simply walk away completely. Sawyer Corms, it's probably better not to have a bowl game so the school will be more frustrated as a team. Yeah, that's also the thing that nobody... A bowl game... Ooh, did it get knocked down by X-Ray Alexander? It's a good knockdown there, 3rd and 9. I'll read your DM, Defalk, and I will not say it on air. This team, man. I can't. I can't do it. And 3rd and 9. Another X-Ray Alexander. Good play there. And it's going to be another punt. See, this is what I'm saying 30 minutes ago. I don't know if Todd Grant, if a Todd Grant is in here, let me know. But on our, I posted our the link for our live watch along. And at Todd Grant just said, joke, no way I'm watching this crap. I don't blame you, Todd Grant. I really don't. I really don't blame you. As West Virginia is about to punt once again. That's a
liner.
Whoa. And it worked out. And Mac McWilliams puts on the burners. Mac
big
McWilliams
block right
puts
there.
on the burners. There was a
hell
of a block. But there's a flag, which I'm gonna be honest, that's ridiculous. It wasn't a blindside. They knew they saw him. How is it? Are they seriously gonna call a blindside block on that?
They look like good from the untrained eye there. It looked like a good block to me.
Yeah, that looks like a good block.
And they're discussing it. We'll see.
Oh my! I just can't, Nick. I can't do this anymore. What are they going to call?
There it is.
I just hate these refs. It's just, I'm sorry, but it's like we're playing with one hand tied behind our back. How is that an illegal blindside block? It's not. Like, what are we doing? Okay, it was. Okay, never mind. It was. Yeah. It was. All right. I take it back. Oh, guys, this is gonna be a rough. I mean, this kind of gives me.
I feel empty, and I've been watching it for 15 minutes.
This gives me reminders of the Kansas game from last year. It really does. Noel Ramirez. So, what will the college playoff standings look like? Oh, let's look at let's look at the scores right now. Actually, let's look at college football as a whole, shall we?
Well, we know Ole Miss has been eliminated today.
Looks like
BYU is on the cusp of being eliminated.
They're on Arizona State 17.
Colorado just scored a touchdown against Kansas. Travis Hunter just did the Heisman pose for like the 7,000th time this year.
He loves that pose, huh?
So that game's 23-21 Kansas, late with plenty of time left in the third. Minnesota up 22-16 on Penn State at the moment. Penn State, though, is driving towards the red zone as we speak, so they have a chance to take the lead. I'm trying to see if there's anything else going on here today. We already mentioned the Ole Miss, Florida beating them. SMU takes care of business against Virginia, so they're in the ACC championship game. Congrats to them. And then I think that's the only games that have had major implications today. so far. And then we have essentially an elimination game later tonight, which is Notre Dame Army. If Notre Dame loses to Army with 2 losses to Army and Northern Illinois, they're out. They're completely out. No path. On the flip side of that, if Army wins, they're going to shoot up the ranking and they're going to have a shot to be knocking on the door of Boise State. Which that's the interesting. Isn't that kind of interesting? Like if Army wins out, Sean, and Boise wins out, and Boise would have the loss on their resume, but it is to Oregon, and it's a close one. Like, what do you do there?
I really don't know.
Granted, the team that Army plays in the AAC championship game is going to be a lot better than the team that I would think that Boise's going to play in theirs.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I think it'll end up being what, Tulane?
Yeah, Tulane. John Summerall done a really good job. Really good job in year 1. This audio thing's really annoying me. Clearly, it's not annoying you guys, but
there you go. You guys can all watch Travis Hunter's Heisman pose right here.
Oh, nope. See, good for them. Good for them. Good for them not showing it. 1st and 10. RJ Harvey is just doing everything he can, dude. You know, here's what we need to understand. This is we need to just appreciate what we're watching out of that running back and just watch him. He needs, I think, 2 more touchdowns to break. Oh, he looks like he's gimpy. 2 more touchdowns to break the touchdown record, I think, for UCF. He needs to get that. Oh, they tried to run the wheel. It didn't work, but Jared Baker's going to get a good chunk of yardage.
I literally had to like stop and go, who's that with the ball? Couldn't believe it.
Mr. Jared Baker himself. And they're running hurry up, obviously. And they've kind of just gone a little slow there. 1st and 10, Dylan Risk. Still taking a good chunk of time. It's going to be a handoff to Miles Montgomery, who gets about 4 there. So many here. Let me see. That's annoying. Compressor, 3-band, limiter, invert. 2nd and 4. And another handoff to Miles. He gets the 1st down. So UCF moving a little bit here. I don't like me doing that. We'll see if they can actually go score here. That's a whole other can of worms. They're showing the Risk family on the screen. 1st and 10. Dylan Risk fakes the handoff, and he's going to throw a deep ball wide open to Kobe Hudson, and that's going to be a UCF touchdown.
We have life.
And Kobe looks annoyed. Kobe Hudson looks annoyed. Kobe Hudson, I guess maybe he's been open all night, and he just doesn't look happy. Do you see that?
Just like, give me the ball.
Yeah,
give me the ball.
I think he's annoyed.
Let's see how he got so open here.
Oh nice move. He's just so. He's nice. If you leave that guy on him all day, I think UCF has a chance to get back in this game.
We have life.
I mean, do they?
No.
We
never know. You never know. They did this at TCU. But, it was a different time.
Oh, now the browse isn't. I love OBS, but sometimes it just doesn't like to work. There we go.
I told you, I bring technical issues with me everywhere I go.
Well, my audio thing's really bugging me because it's like one layer. So I know on the live, you probably sound a lot better than me. You sound probably more full.
Ooh, Devin Neal.
Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, I sound double. Uh-oh. I think I know why, too. Can you hear me? Mm-mm. I don't know why that's happening. That's not good. Hmm. Yeah, hold on, guys. I see that I sound double. I don't know why that's happening because it shouldn't. Um, so you can't hear me when I do that, right? He can't. Hmm. Hmm. Um, and West Virginia gets tripped up. I don't know why. Hold on. Oh, maybe I gained it. One sec, guys.
All right, 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. Let's see what happens here. Another run to Donaldson to the left, and he pushes forward for a first down.
Hopefully that fixes it. But I will listen to it to see.
Oh, they marked him short. I thought he got the first down there.
Oh, yeah, 3rd and 1.
And he got it.
I don't know what's going on. And Garrett
Jeez,
Green
man.
just gashes right through. Hold on. Let's see if that changes anything. 1st and 10. Garrett Green fakes it and keeps it for a couple. I don't know what's going on with this audio. That's kind of crazy. It's like double. I'm going to mute you really quick. I'm going to see if that fixes it. I don't think it will, but that'd be annoying if I was listening to it. 2nd down. Another first down. All right, you're not on mute anymore. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I sound weird.
We soldier through.
You can
Okay.
be a Oh,
Oh, Mac McWilliams.
Oh, I know why. Ha ha ha. I bet that fixed it. I bet that fixed it. Nope, it didn't. All right, second and 14. And all right, UCF's getting a couple stops here. I literally don't know what's going on. Not there. Oh, right here. Let me delete that. I'm literally going to all of the... You see a black screen right now, but it's fine. You're fine. Oh, there's me there. 3 box, and then there. All right. And they get the stop on 3rd and 12. I don't know if they're in field goal range, Nick. That's the only thing I'm a little...
Yeah, I don't have any intel on their kicker. Sorry.
Well, 4th and 8, they ran on 3rd and 12. They did something similar earlier in the game. But they're just going to take it to the fourth quarter here.
Telling you, that was a fast-moving quarter. Fast-moving quarter. And UCF only had the ball for, what, 5 plays?
Yeah, something. I think something like that. Daniel Hayes can hit from 48. That's about his max. Gotta be on here.
I can't believe that I'm reading right now that I knew that there were some crazy scenarios in regards to the Big 12 title game, but I wasn't aware that TCU still had a shot at making the Big 12 title game. And given all the craziness going on in the conference yet again this week, and TCU is up big right now in Arizona, 42-21. I believe their Big 12 title hopes somehow still have a pulse to it.
That's insane.
Which is crazy.
I don't understand that, but
the crazier part too is Kansas, as a 4-6 team, is probably like, if they were to play, I mean, they already beat BYU and Iowa State, and they're beating Colorado right now, 23-21. Like, Kansas at 4-6 is probably a top 3 team in the conference, because they've lost like 6 one-score games this year. And if you flip those, I mean, they'd have like, what, 9-10 wins?
oh, my audio has been like this the entire time. That's weird. Sean, whenever you're on the screen without Nick, you sound normal. Not sure if that helps.
Cool. Well, I'll just see myself out, and I'll call it a night.
I don't think so, because I was on the screen without Nick, and so you can hate it and you find it too predictable, but it works the majority of the time. I think Hold on. Let's try this. Hello. Nope. Okay. How does that sound? You don't see anything right now. It's black, but I want to see if that works. This is some. Hello. Nope. Okay. I think I know what happened. All right, one sec. Nick, you're going off for 2 seconds. I'm going to cut you. I'm going to do a new room, okay? We have to do this for 15 minutes. So, one sec. I'm going to send Nick a new link. Oh, wait. Maybe that fixed it. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Hello? Nick? Oh. Can you hear me? Okay, one sec. I don't know if that fixed it, but... Oh, it's only... I don't know how... That's weird. So basically, I don't know what it is, but with this room... Hold on. Yeah, it's doubling my audio. One sec, guys. I'll get him up. We've got plenty of time. All right, can you hear me? See, you can't hear me. That's the weird thing. But then if I do it the different way, it's gonna... Ugh. You can't hear me, right? Bro, 100% these technical issues sum up the year. 100%. It's so annoying. I don't know why. For the last however many watch-alongs, it's been fine. But now, for this, we're using the same system, and my audio's like doubled. I don't get it. All right, you can hear me, right? Nick?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear.
Oh. Yeah, I think it's something to do with this. For some reason, I think it can hear me on the browser for some reason. I don't know what to do. So whatever. Filters, let me get you looking okay.
Am I being heard though over the stream?
I think so, yeah.
Good, because I trust me, I did not miss it. I saw 4th and 8, and Garrett Green ran for 13 yards. By the way.
Oh, really? I didn't even see that. I'm focused.
Oh, you missed that part.
Yeah.
That pretty much summed it up. It was 4th and 8, and Garrett Green ran right, got stopped about a yard short, and then broke free and got 5 extra yards for a first down. So it's great. It's great. They held him to a field goal, but
do I have to update the thing?
Yeah, it is 31-14 now.
31-14. Awesome.
31-14.
Let me do that.
12-15 left in the fourth quarter. So I don't think, Sean, there will be a comeback tonight. I don't think so.
Probably not.
No.
31. Well, I guess you guys are gonna have to deal with the double audio. I don't know what to do. Game's over, but sorry. I don't know why that happened. I don't know why still there's 48 of you watching me figure this out. Guests hear each other. It's clearly something with the site that we use, but we haven't had this issue, so I would just restart it, but I frankly think that's ridiculous at this late stage of the game. Only video guests will see.
So we're tracking obviously toward there will not be a comeback tonight, I don't think. So we're tracking towards not making a bowl. So this will be the first year since what, 2015? 2016?
Yes.
I can't remember how the 2016 they won what, 5 or 6 games.
Why don't I just do this? I don't know. Let's see if that actually works. You can hear me, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they made a bowl in 2016. So this will be the first non-bowl appearance since 2015 for UCF. So that'll snap a 9-year streak.
I just fixed it. Oh, jeez. I just fixed it. All right. You guys are welcome. Now I'm just on the browser. And RJ Harvey runs. Yeah, it's not great. Tell me if that sounds better. Also, guys, I think I just fixed it, which makes me annoyed because I think for most people it just sounds, it sounded weird, but nobody had wanted to tell me, which I don't blame you since it literally just took me like 15 minutes to fix it, but it should sound normal now.
In fact, this will be, I went back here in the numbers, this will be just the 5th season since 2005 when UCF joined Conference USA that they will have not made a bowl game. The only other seasons are 2006, 2008, 2011, and as we mentioned, 2015, which we try not to speak about.
RJ Harvey just practically it's fixed. Thank you guys. I appreciate
Beautiful. It. Beautiful.
RJ Harvey practically tried to stay up for 15 seconds to make a first down, and it didn't matter because it was a hold. So that's going to get brought back. Well, I'm glad it sounds better now. I wish you guys would have told me that when I was by myself for a full hour and a half. I would have tried and figure it out. Turn up my volume. Oh, I don't know if I can.
Oh, Miles has some room.
Miles goes. I don't know if I could turn up my volume.
I don't know. Whatever you do, don't break anything else, please.
Yeah, I'm going to try not to. Maybe I can Nick talk.
By the way, RJ topped 100 yards with that run. So that's 8 100-yard run games this year. As Daniel points out, 124 all-purpose today. And Tyler Skillern said, whatever happened to Penny Boone? Your guess is as good as mine. I think Gus was asked about that earlier this week again, wasn't he? And he kind of just gave the same answer of, well, Miles is back. We have RJ and Miles, but, Penny's doing some things for us on special teams. So I don't know. It's just odd.
Jacoby.
That was always odd, Sean, because I think his best game of the year was against Florida, and then he just disappeared.
Yeah. Yep, basically. All right, I think I put the audio up, so tell me if that sounds better. But 1st and 10, UCF on the 50. Dylan
don't go that
spins
way.
out of the pocket.
Don't go that way.
Throws it away. Gregory King, I'm a West Virginia fan, but I love UCF being in the Big 12. No matter how good or bad your team is, you have a great fan base. That is true. That is true.
I enjoyed the West Virginia fans that we sat around last year, by the way. We went to that game. Miserable game, but the fans were very nice.
And
oh boy.
Dylan's running for his life. Yeah, this is.
Oh my goodness. I feel so empty. I feel so like just empty about this football team at the moment.
Yeah, we were having fun for a good chunk, guys, and now it's gotten to the not so fun phase. I'm gonna bring this all the way over here because I'm just wanting to sit back. This is pretty bad for the opponent that you're facing. This is just bad. 3rd and 10. Dylan drops back, and he looks like he's going to throw it deep. He does. And I guess that's not a pass interference, even though he's grabbing him the entire way. I will say the officiating has been something else tonight on a lot of these calls, because that should have been a PI. Like, he's...
he slipped.
Yeah, he slipped.
Daniel, do any 5-win teams get a bowl? No. No, and nor should they.
Dar, all right, I got to go. Thanks for company. Thanks, Dar. Thanks for coming. I appreciate you.
4th and 10. What do they have drawn up here?
I'd go halfback wheel here.
Well, RJ Harvey's not in the game, so.
I'd still go halfback wheel. It's the only play that's worked to perfection this year. Ooh, Dylan. Why would you cut back?
Okay, cool. All right, I've seen all I need to see.
We still have to do a post game after this, bro. How
was the first half? Was the first half better than this?
No, about the same.
I mean, granted, we had the wrist to Kobe Hudson connection. That was great, but man, there's just been nothing to get excited about in the second half. Nothing.
Yeah, it's been about the same. I know they shouldn't, but knew some 5-win teams did a while back. Yeah, so 5-win teams get in if they don't have enough teams for bowl games. So
we don't need to do that. I don't know why.
And also there's a certain if there's not enough teams that make a bowl game, then they go after I forgot then who gets the bid. But I think it is like either, I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know. Kansas put in away Colorado?
It's 31-20 Kansas at the moment, and they have the ball. Shiloh just got called for a targeting, I believe.
Awesome. So the Big 12 is not going to make playoff, basically.
I mean, somebody's going to make it. Somebody's going to get a bye. Wait, no, you're right. Hold on. Hold on. You're right, because Boise still can get it.
Because right now, Boise's 4. So the Big 12 champion would be in the 12th spot.
At this point, yeah, the Big 12 champion is going to have to be a 2-loss team. If the Big 12 champion ends up being a 3-loss team, I don't know if the Big 12 gets in. Because if they're not putting 3-loss SEC teams in there, I don't think they're putting in.
Well, the only chance that you get the Big 12 is if it's is in that 12th spot as the 5th highest ranked champion.
Right. I gotta it's so funny. They've explained this process all year long, and I'm still the idea of the Big 12 not getting the 4 spot was so unforeseen that I forget that. So if Boise State gets the 4 spot, the highest ranked Big 12 team can still get the 12, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
But they like, so this is where it gets a little interesting.
They wouldn't just put like two
No, because Tulane
teams outside of the
well, no,
out of the
because
group of
so if
five.
Colorado loses and BYU loses, Tulane would then jump them, which means Tulane would then be the 12th, and Boise State would be the 4. So it'd be Big 12 would not be in. That would be insane.
Or if Army goes undefeated.
If the Big 12 got nobody in, that'd be the worst possible thing that could happen. Where two group of 5 teams get in the playoff and the Big 12 gets 0 teams.
I got to be honest, Colorado losing this game right now is
The worst
Colorado.
thing
I thought was the best hope.
Oh yeah, Colorado and BYU still.
Well, BYU's done. BYU's done.
Well, Arizona State maybe.
Arizona State is actually a very
Arizona
alive.
State needs to jump.
Arizona State has to win out, and I don't even know what are they showing here. This looks disgusting.
I don't know. It
I saw
like
them. They were just showing it, and it
roll or
looked
something.
gross coming out of the oven. And then I saw peppers in there in the middle, and pepper. I'm good.
I'm actually really hungry. I haven't ate today. Tyler, the Big 12 winner is automatically in, just not a bye. I don't think that's true, Tyler. It's the 5 highest ranked champions. 5 highest ranked champions. So I think that would mean that Boise would be 4, and then 5 would then be the next highest ranked champion. So if, for instance, everybody's saying Army, if Army is the highest ranked champion, if Army's ranked 16 and Arizona State somehow won the Big 12 and they're ranked 17, Army would get the 12th spot, and the Big 12 would be left out.
No, they do not get an automatic bid.
It's not an automatic bid.
I wanted to look it up. I wanted to look it up because it's kind of confusing the way they do it. But the Big 12 would not unless they get the 4 seed.
The only conferences that basically get an automatic bid are the SEC and Big 10. Those are the only 2 that get an automatic bid.
Yeah, no conference champion actually gets an automatic qualifying bid. It's the highest. It's the 5 highest ranked conference champions, period.
Yes. So that would mean that if the Big 12 champion is ranked 17 and Army or Tulane is ranked 16, Army would get the 12th spot, and Boise State would get 4, Miami would get 3, and then so on and so forth. So the Big 12 would get left out entirely of the first year of the college football playoff.
Great.
Which is awesome.
Yeah. So really, if that Big 12 champion has 3 losses, that's when it becomes a struggle to see a path, essentially.
And that's where it becomes an issue. Like, did we run to the kicker? But that's where it becomes an issue. It's like, damn, so you should have stayed in the American. You get more money, but it's like the Americans got more of an opportunity than the Big 12.
Well, I mean, this is 1 year. This is one data point. And granted, I don't think we're going to have many data points because I don't think this 12-team playoff is going to last long.
No.
I think they're going to end up expanding it even more, which I don't know why we need to keep doing that. But
oh, yeah, Kansas is about to score again.
No, Colorado has not made a defensive stop on Kansas so far tonight.
Not great. I mean, Arizona State, I don't feel like it's very good.
Well, we watched them obviously very closely against UCF, but they did not have Scatteraboo in that game.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Clearly, they're good enough if they're, giving BYU a run. Because BYU is the best team we saw. Okay, Angel Reese is at the Magic game again. Who is she dating on the Magic? This is now 3 Magic games she's attended within the month. Who is she dating?
Didn't she put some tweet out or something like, this is why I don't go public with stuff because of speculation?
Yeah. And that's why I'm not going to speculate. And I'm also not going to, maybe she's not dating anybody. It's definitely weird, though, that she's been to all these Magic games.
She just wants to see Franz and Mo. I don't know.
I don't blame her.
Wouldn't you?
100%. Where do
Soy,
you think I'd rather be?
Sawyer Corms TV. Would y'all not be interested in a March Madness style football playoff? No, honestly, I wouldn't, because I feel like it's just a waste of time. Like the sports are just so different. Like you see 3-14 upsets, we see 12-5 upsets, 15-2s. Now lately we've seen 16-1s. Like that stuff just doesn't happen
Did
in,
you see
in
the
college football.
The Kansas hit on Shador Sanders?
I did, and they didn't call anything on it, by the way.
Yikes.
But I don't know if you wanted to answer that, Sean. If you have any interest in a March Madness style football playoff.
I mean, so I think we're getting to a point right now. So football is different than basketball. Basketball is a different type of sport, and this is coming from somebody that played basketball for 15 years. Basketball, any team can beat any team on any given day, right? Football, I think it's just not the same. Like, an Alabama will beat a lot of these teams 9 out of 10 times. Now, granted, there's going to be maybe that one day that, you get lucky. But I think when you talk about a March Madness style, I think we're already at 12 teams. I think it's probably
and think of how many games you're going to add to the schedule then.
Yeah, you're adding
at that
a bunch.
point, because we're already heading towards what, 16 this year.
Well, we're 12 this year, and they're talking about 16.
But I meant, like, if you run the gamut through the entire college football playoff, you will have ended up playing, what, 16 games? 15,
no,
16
not necessarily.
games.
15. Well, 12. If you play in your conference championship, 13. 4. Yeah, like 16 would be probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Dylan Risk. Wide open.
Wide open to Kobe.
By the way, score watching here. BYU has cut it to 28-17, and they have the ball near the Arizona State red zone with 10 minutes left. So BYU is still very much in that football game. They were just on their own
25 too. They were just on the BYU 25.
Yeah, they're still very much in that football game.
And RJ Harvey gets the ball for 2 yards. Tracy Hernandez, first-time viewer here, guys. Well, Tracy, you picked a hell of a live watch-along to be your first time. Gonna be honest. The vibes are down. The energy is low. But you're bringing...
Oh my goodness. Right on cue. Right on cue.
And Kobe Hudson just dropped... the
vibes are hilariously low.
Yeah,
after
really
that.
Low.
But we appreciate you finding us. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Please subscribe. Anybody that hasn't subscribed, please subscribe. That's all I can say. 3rd and 8. Nice spin out by Dylan. And he finds Randy Pittman. I can't believe he stayed in bounds there.
Ooh, Kansas just picked up a big 4th and 1 near Colorado's goal line, so they're about to punch it in again.
That kind of stinks. So now we really need BYU, huh? Daniel, first time seeing y'all, but this is good for me because I'm a West Virginia fan. Hey, again, thanks for showing up. We greatly appreciate all fans.
Hey, I got family in Beckley, West Virginia, and they're very I'm sure they're very thrilled with what they're seeing today.
Oh, I bet they are too.
I'm surprised. I should have coordinated going up for this game, to be honest with you. Ooh.
Randy Pittman.
Randy Pittman Jr.
Kobe looks, or I don't know, Kobe looks out of it.
Oh, BYU just scored.
Ooh, okay.
28-24. We got a ball game.
Let's go.
We got a ball game
Come on,
in Tempe.
BYU. Save us. Nice toss to RJ. Harvey. Listen to the thing. I don't care. I really don't care about the wins. Just get RJ Harvey the record. Like, just get him the record by the end of the... Tracy Hernandez, West Virginia alum, graduated in 2007. I think we got a bunch of West Virginia fans in here. So, thank you for coming.
He's at the game as well.
RJ
Daniel
Harvey,
Sargent said.
Leap. That's touchdown.
Touchdown,
Just
RJ.
give him the touchdown. There we go. Touchdown, RJ. One more for the record. I don't care about the game. Just give him the record.
Did you hear me though? It looks like Daniel Sargent is at the game right now.
Oh, he's at the game?
Mm-hmm.
Daniel, why are you watching us? I appreciate it.
Don't turn away viewers like that.
I'm not trying. No. I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to turn away the viewer.
We got a West Virginia
appreciate
fan.
it.
We got a West Virginia fan who's at the game watching a UCF stream. I appreciate that.
I really appreciate it. Daniel, can you tell me how cold is it right now?
Kansas just scored, so Devin Neal.
Oof.
So that's 37-21
Hey,
with 11:47
so I need to
left.
shout out Lance Leipold. He's like Gus Malzahn last year, where he just wins games that maybe they're not supposed to win.
Oh, they lost a lot of games this year they shouldn't have lost.
Yeah, now
They're
look
just
at them.
making up ground now.
They're beating the teams. They're ruining seasons.
You know, I do find it funny. All this talk, Colorado, not taking anything from Colorado, but especially because they beat UCF's ass. But Colorado went on this nice run here lately and has been getting, and to the shock of, or the surprise of nobody, has been getting more pub than just about any team in the nation.
Oh, of course.
Lately. And you have all these people on TV that are talking about Deion Sanders is the coach of the, he's the coach of the nation, he's the nation's, or the coach of the year, or whatever. And then I looked at like Colorado, and it's like they didn't really beat any good teams, really.
Well, I was
And
going to
they're
say
getting all
that
the-
stretch. Who do they beat? Us? Who else?
I'm gonna go look, but last time I checked, it wasn't exactly very impressive. And here they are on the week where they've been getting the most hype ever, and they're getting beat pretty good by Kansas. And it's so funny to me because everybody was just ready to give Deion Sanders the coach of the year when there is so many other programs that are probably warranted, or so many other coaches who deserve it too.
Yeah, like John Summerall.
Why do you keep saying that name?
I don't know.
Did I really
31-21.
just delete this? Here I am. I pulled up the Colorado schedule, and then I ended up hitting X on it.
Do they go for 2, Mackey? It looks like BYU might have went for 2. Yeah, they went for 2 and didn't get it.
Yeah, Colorado in the stretch after they lost to Kansas State beat Arizona, Cincinnati, Texas Tech, and Utah. Real murderer's row.
Yeah, for real. Let's see. Yes, RJ Harvey with that touchdown tied. Uh-oh, what's the kickoff? Oh, they tried it onside.
Tried it onside.
It didn't even get there.
Nope.
Didn't even get. Oh, let's see Gus's face here.
You just have to laugh. You just have to laugh.
Tied
through
for the
it.
most touchdowns in the history of UCF. So one more touchdown, and he will officially have the most touchdowns in UCF history. And CJ Donaldson picks up 0 there.
I'm actually really sad that we have one more game of RJ Harvey in a UCF uniform.
That's all I'm sad about.
I'm very sad, and I'm very upset that these 2 years where he's just gone absolutely insane, alien mode, that UCF only has
10 wins.
10 wins to show for it. Really upsets me.
Garrett Green picks up about 6 there. It's going to be 3rd and 4.
Just run this out, please. Just end it.
And a UC, looks like a UCF player. Dalen Dotson is hurt. Isaiah Nixon comes on for Dotson. Yeah, it's a bummer. So in 2 years, they would have gone, if we lose today, 10 and 14. Right? Yeah. 10 and 14?
Mm-hmm.
10,
14.
Yeah, that's really bad. With one of the best running backs in the country. I mean, yeah, 4th and 3 for West. Oh, so Daniel's ahead of us. 4th and 3 for West Virginia. Look at us. Daniel's ahead. So they get 3 yards here, huh? Ah, he's right. It's almost like he's at the game or something. Troy, who are the projected top 3 Big 12 teams at start of next year? Troy, I'm going to be honest. You can't project who the top 3 Big 12 teams are any given week.
I don't even know who they are right now.
Huh?
I don't even know who they are right now. I actually have the standings pulled up, but there's too many uncertainties because
Colorado, BYU, and Arizona State.
Well, right now you said, or this for next year?
Yeah, right now.
Yeah, next year I don't know. Next year I don't
Good
know
luck.
because I mean Baylor has a lot of momentum right now for them. I don't think Oklahoma State can get. I have a hard time believing Oklahoma State's going to be this bad again next year.
I mean, this is like historically bad though.
For OK State?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a hard time believing they're going to be that bad though. Like they don't, unless this is just like the downward trajectory for Gundy finally.
It might be.
I don't know. Kansas State's obviously going to be a player, even though they've underachieved this year based on what I thought they were going to be. In fact, all the teams that were picked to win the conference at the beginning of the year, it was Kansas State, Utah, and Oklahoma State.
They all suck.
Well, Kansas State doesn't suck. They're just not
Well,
as good as we thought. But Utah is just horrid right now. And Oklahoma State's lost 7 in a row.
Oh, they're going for it. On 3rd and 38. Oh, they got the first. We're a little behind, but
Of course they did.
well, that's game.
It's been game. It's honestly like I gotta be honest. Like we're gonna do the like after we get off here, we're gonna end up doing the post show reaction show to this game, Sean. But I don't know about you. It's like I don't even know what to even say about the game itself.
No, we're not gonna
Like the game is just the game at this point. It's like I'm just focused so much on what's happening after the season. Now
we're
that
not gonna stay on very long.
Now that we can put the bowl eligibility stuff to bed. You know, we'll have our game against Utah. It'll be what it is. But I mean, this effort today.
Oh.
Yeah, no. This effort today.
They fumbled.
With everything, you know, that you are sort of playing for on the line has just been very piss poor.
And Dylan played really bad.
Yeah, Dylan did not. Passing offense was just not there today.
No.
Defensively, they have been a mess from what I've seen here in the second half. It's just been a mess.
And Sawyer says, how does UCF even – I don't even know what just fell. Was my phone? Oh, yeah, my phone. Oops. How does UCF even begin to fix this for next season? It's a very loaded question.
It's a very loaded question, and I wish I had some answers, but we still just have so many questions to deal with before we even get to that part of what the roster is going to look like. I mean, it's going to come very quickly though. This is all going to happen very quickly after that. Utah win.
I think the Utah game happens, and then I think everything's going
to we still need clarity on who's going to be what this coaching staff's going to look like next year. We don't have clarity on that yet. We know where they're doing. We know what the high school recruiting situation is at the moment, which is not great. The portal is going to open up, and that's going to be crazy. So,
yeah, it's going to be something. I mean, they're going to throw it. Garrett Green throws it, and it's incomplete. So that's coaching malpractice if you're Neil Brown, because that makes literally no sense that you're throwing the ball in this situation. Duck, to be honest, it won't be fixed next season. You lose Gus and the staff, you probably lose your better recruits. He and the staff stay unless they have a complete wake-up call. It'll be another tough season. Yeah, I don't disagree. I think UCF – here's the thing, though, and here's what I will say. I think in this age in college football, especially in the Big 12, teams that you think are going to have a rough year, you never know. Like, we thought Arizona State was going to be the worst team in the Big 12. They're one of the best. We thought Cincinnati was going to be one of the worst teams in the Big 12. They're actually decent.
Arizona State was picked last.
No, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, you know, from a, do I think UCF's going to be good next year? Probably not.
At the moment, it doesn't look like they're going to have the pieces. Forget who's coaching the team. They just don't have. I don't think they have the guys. It's going to be a very young football team.
Very young football team. But it's like, at the end of the day, there's a
and
lot
also
that we don't know.
And also too, if Gus comes back next year, I don't know about you, and we'll have plenty of time to talk about this, but just on the surface, I'm not exactly in favor of just saying, well, Tim Harris is going to be calling plays and Addison Williams is the defensive coordinator. Like, I'm not in favor of that, like, at all. Like, granted, we've been down this road
I
a few
kind of
times
still
now.
like Tim Harris Jr.
I get it. I wouldn't just be like all set in stone, like, hey, Gus is coming back, and by the way, Tim Harris is the OC and Addison Williams is the DC. Like, Addison Williams, like, respect, but Addison Williams was demoted from that job for a reason. And the hire was terrible. Ted Roof, we knew that. But that to me would just make no sense to just bring back the same staff completely, even if Gus stays.
Yeah. I get it. And I understand that thought process. I do. Okay, what are they doing? Are they going for it right here? So it looks like West Virginia's going for it on 4th down. Or maybe they're just trying to jump them off sides or something. Yeah, that was very interesting. I don't know. It's going to be a dark time for UCF. Like, regardless of what happens, I think even if you fire Gus and you hire a new head coach, it's still going to be a rough time. I think you can look forward to a new head coach and you can look forward to kind of what they implement.
It resets the clock.
It
resets the clock.
And it's very rare. Like, even if you look at Arizona State, like you look at Kenny Dillingham, right? Last year they sucked. And that was his first year. And now they're reaping the benefits the next year. So it's one of those things, man, where it's just going to be a long time for UCF fans. Like, if Gus stays, great. I think they still keep some momentum in recruiting. But at the end of the day, recruits look at the record. Like, they look at the record.
And there's gonna be a few coaches in the Big 12. I mean, we'll see what happens with Gus, but like, hell, West Virginia, I don't know if it's set in stone that Neil Brown's returning. I know his seat can be pretty.
This might be my only knock on West Virginia this entire pod, because we've been very cordial. What's the better job? And they pick up a 1st down, 4th and 9. So that's
of course. I'm not sure what Chatham was doing there, but what were you saying? Better job between what?
West Virginia and UCF.
I mean, it is. I do think it is UCF.
Yeah, I think UCF they have more, right now, with the way it's
easier to. I say this knowing that UCF's recruiting class is sort of falling apart, but it is easier to recruit to UCF than West Virginia.
Yeah.
But no, I think Neil Brown is not guaranteed to return, and he was on the hot seat coming in anyway. We'll see if Whittingham decides to retire or keep going. Right?
Yeah.
And then Gus. I think everybody else in the conference is probably
Utah's
safe.
already got their head coach in waiting.
So right. So we'll see. This is a good point here from Gregory. UCF fans need to realize that things change quickly with the transfer portal, etc. OSU, Utah, and Arizona were good last year. BYU and Arizona State were bad. Yep. Yeah, that's the one thing about the new, to steal how Gus says it, how Gus says it, the new age of college football. Like, it's easier now than ever to try to have a 1-year fix, but it's no guarantee that you're going to stay on top for that 1 year. I feel like you're going to see a lot of sort of 1 year somebody's on top and 1 year they're really bad. I feel like that is sort of what this new age of college football has created. And unless you're one of those programs that, and we all know who they are, I don't need to mention them, unless you're one of those programs where you just have sustainability year after year after year, I think it's probably going to be like a very up and down sort of thing. I think that is very true.
Yeah, and I think Gus has relied way too heavily on the transfer portal. I think he kind of realized that probably.
Yeah, because like I got to be honest with you, like Indiana, they lost big to Ohio State today, but Indiana had a 1-year turnaround just like that with a new head coach. Am I betting on Indiana to do that again next year? Probably not.
No.
Probably not. And that's why I understand why Indiana did it, but that extension they gave to Signetti is quite bold. I think it's quite bold.
And that's where I think coach extensions, and I understand the thought process is, okay, if they do a really good job, let's give them a contract extension so that
Well, if
God
they didn't
forbid,
give the extension to him, the trade-off is somebody else going to come get him. And I get that. But the fear is like, what if he doesn't keep this up and now you're locked into that head coach, and I'm sure the buyout is extreme and all that kind of stuff.
yeah.
And that's one of the big issues with college football too, is the buyouts on a lot of these head coaches is just, it's putting programs in such a tough spot. And UCF's buyout, like everybody makes a big deal about the buyout for Gus
cheap.
and how it's $12 million. Like that's really cheap in the grand scheme of things to some of these other buyouts around college football.
Ooh, BYU with ball with 2 minutes left.
Maybe I need to turn off the Colorado game because Colorado's dead. I'm going to go to the BYU game here.
I have it up on ESPN. Yeah, like, again, this is a longer range conversation. Oh, Sam Levitt. Oh, wait. How did Arizona State not score there? Did they miss a field goal? That's weird. Yeah, I don't know. These conversations are going to be podcast episodes in the weeks ahead. So, for all you West Virginia fans, if you want to keep up on the UCF offseason, you can tune in here. But also all our UCF fans. Oh, yeah, Artax, Houston coach exceeded expectations in the first year. Willie Fritz.
Yeah.
Again, if you hire the right guy, things can turn around quickly. At the end of the day, it's football. But I mean, I don't know. Like, I just see a lot of things on this UCF roster that they need a lot of work, and I don't see a quick turnaround for UCF. But I don't know. I'm okay to be proven wrong. Like, a lot of question marks though. All right, we'll stay on for a little bit. We'll stay till the end of this BYU game. Then me and Nick got to go record a quick podcast because I'm checked out, folks. I really am. I'm really checked out. Don't have much left, so that's, I guess, the positive. Do you have faith in Timo to make the right hire if we're to come open? I mean, you have to have faith that he can make the right hire. Because if he doesn't, then, yeah, UCF will be really far behind. I think there's a lot of good candidates. A lot of good candidates out there. Wait, so in the pregame, guys, listen, I'm not trying to toot my own horn here. I said it's either going to be one of these four things. UCF wins by 3, West Virginia wins by 3, or West Virginia wins by 10, UCF wins by 10. And what do you know?
Well, you gave yourself 4 outcomes, so I'm not giving you credit for crap.
Well, okay, but what I was saying was it's one of those games where it's either going to be a field goal game or a touchdown field goal game. It's not going to be one or the other. Yeah, screw this. I'm putting on BYU. I'm putting on the BYU game while we're live. I don't care. What do I care?
Heck, Sawyer already said he's on to the Magic.
So listen, that's actually true. I probably should. I probably should end the live so that we could do our pod as quick as possible, so that I can watch the Magic game, at least the second half. Where's the BYU game? What channel's BYU game on? Daniel, the game's definitely over. So, for my sake, luckily. Oh, here it is.
Yeah, that's the 4th and 8 run right there that you missed.
Yeah. But yes, the Magic game.
Yeah.
I
Orlando City also has a playoff game
Is that tonight? No, it's not.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow. That's gonna be a fun one.
Point being, there are a lot of other Orlando area teams for you to invest your time in.
There's a part of me that doesn't even want to get up and go over to my podcast area. I just want to record right here. Just get it
F
over
it.
with.
F it.
I honestly might. I'll just have to mess with that. Jake Reslaff. Oh, could have been a pick. All right, let's. I mean, does anybody have any final comments? I feel like a lot of people probably dipped as soon as the game ended. Nope, we still got 44 people in here. How do we have a lot of views for this video. I appreciate all the West Virginia fans coming in here.
We're all going through the pain together. It's okay.
Yeah.
We're all going through it together.
Nick, any final thoughts? Should we record right here and just get it over with after this? Or do we take a break?
For sure. For sure.
All right. Any
But
final thoughts?
no, I mean, my final thoughts is I didn't have high expectations coming into this game. This UCF team has really made it easy on me not to have high expectations. So I'm not outraged. I'm not any of that. I'm just sort of, and I've been like this for weeks now. I'm just sort of numb to it at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very numb to it. I feel empty inside as I watch this team play football. It doesn't really give me much joy. I'm sure it doesn't give many fans much joy right now. And I'm going to continue to say what I've been saying for the last few weeks. The program right now, at least this season, just feels like it's just spinning its tires, spinning its wheels rather. And it's amazing that at one point UCF was 3-0 with hosting Big Noon Kickoff. And there was so much excitement and so much hope for this season. And ever since that day, they have gone 1-7. 1-7, with the only win being against Arizona.
That was
fun. It was fun. It's a fun day, but yeah. And today just wasn't even close. Like, that's the thing. Like the loss to Arizona State, there were plays that we could mention and say, if they would have just made these couple plays, if this decision would have been better, they could have won that game. Same thing goes for the Iowa State game, right? This game, they were just thoroughly outmatched the entire way. Thoroughly outmatched. And that's the discouraging part of it. And again, all respect to West Virginia and their program. I don't believe that UCF should be at a point where they should be thoroughly outmatched the way they were today. I don't believe that. So both teams were going for the same thing, and that's bowl eligibility. And one team blew it, like, pretty bad. So
dark times. Dark times. We knew that, though. A bowl. Ooh, Jake Reslaff missed a wide open guy. That would have been a touchdown. Yeah, we kind of knew, and we were very careful. Even if you go to a bowl game, or even if you went to a bowl game, you would know that there's the bigger problem. Now you don't get to go to a bowl game. We know there's not going to be a game 13. There's only going to be 12 games. Right now you have 4 wins. There's just a lot of uncertainty moving forward. And game over. Arizona State just picked him off.
That atmosphere in Arizona State looks great, by the way. Wow, that was a very nonchalant just throw.
Yeah.
By Retzlaff.
BYU's going to lose back-to-back games.
By the way, for somebody asked, interested in y'all's opinion on Scott Frost. I've been pretty upfront on this. I'm not in the Scott Frost camp.
I wouldn't mind it. I actually wouldn't mind it.
I'm really not. I'm really not. Like we've that page has been turned. It's been 7 years at this point. I just whenever you try to go back and get, whether it's a player or a coach for the second time, when is it the second time ever give you the same feeling as the first time? Usually doesn't. So
yeah, I'm
not in on that one.
Yeah. I like Scott Frost though. BYU has first and goal at the 10. No, it's the opposite.
Caden Carter said, ending the bowl streak really hurts. I was a student in 2015, and I feel worse about this season. Interesting. I was not a student in 2015, but if I had to sit through 0-12, I don't know how anything could get worse than that.
I'm trying to think, understand. I feel like maybe because you can only go up from 0-12, but here you're kind of in a weird
Well, my frustration with this season, I've said it over and over. Oh, Scataboo. Put that man on the ground. But my frustration has always been traced back to what everything Gus did and said in the offseason. Like, that's if he wouldn't have come out and said and basically said that, last year was he essentially saying last year was a failure, winning 6 games, and this year was he called it unacceptable and all those things that we've talked about. If that wasn't a thing, it's like maybe I'd feel differently about this season. But I think in general, I feel like this team should be much better than 4-7.
Yeah.
I really believe that. There are some good parts of this team, but you are what your record says you are.
One last comment. Eric Edwards, in my opinion, and I know people strongly disagree, but my only problem with Gus is that he's a great car salesman. Listen, I think it's tough. I think he does a good job of selling a vision, but I think he's just in the past.
Well, the execution was just not there.
Yeah. All right, everybody. We're going to close this out. Go record a pod. I think we have a lot of better things to do with our night than to still talk about this game. So, as Sam Levitt runs back for a lot of yards wasted. But thank you so much for tuning in. As always, we really do appreciate it. This is the last live watch along for the football season. I mentioned it earlier. Depending on how football does or basketball, and depending on the opponent, we might do a couple live watch alongs for basketball. But as of right now, this is the last one on the docket. So we really do appreciate you all that have kind of been with us throughout the season. We're not done yet. We've got a game next week. We'll still do a pre- and post-game show. I don't know why, but we're still doing it to kind of close the season and put a nice wrap on the year. Because I have a feeling, Nick, and each offseason early has been eventful because of the transfer portal and a bunch of stuff surrounding the team. I think there's going to be different reasons why this offseason is going to be memorable. And I think we're going to have a lot to talk about, but we still have one more football game to get into. Tune in tomorrow morning for our post-game pod if you really want to keep talking about this game. I don't even know how we're going to talk about it, so find out tomorrow morning. But, yeah, for Nick Geddes, I'm Sean Green. This has been Charge On's live watch-along for UCF versus West Virginia. We appreciate you all. Go Knights.